Last time we um it was a lot of discussion. Like plot wise, there wasn't a lot that happened, I would say, but there were some key thing of all the events that happened. I think they're rather key to how the Animaesus lands are going to continue to develop in, the canon backstory stuff that I am always kind of brainstorming and jotting notes down about. And then also, you know, Tenebris and Kaly, that whole narrative do present a really, an opportunity for a future story connection, possibly with Jimmy. Um, Nevertheless, you guys, last time we had two key events happen, really, where Tenebris and Kaly, uh, seeing the destruction from the Jourvians, decide to vacate the premises, and they go back to the city of Salt briefly in the 13th district to kind of get their bearings and take a moment to rest briefly. And then once spell slots and whatnot are available after your guys' trance and stuff, you you know, teleport to a safer plane of existence, or at least a place where um you guys feel tug of adventure. I don't know. It's kind of a mix of those two things. I sort of felt, but there was also Amu, who similarly, once he sees that his quote unquote compatriots for these last few days kind of vacate the premises, he and Pio and Goremonger do similar, as they're outnumbered, outgunned by that point, and they make a quick plan after taking some moments to escape from the chasing dwarves after them, to split. And you have Jahir and Gormonger and Grary and Aether eventually too. Um, well, Aether got teleported back to the city salt, so never mind. He would eventually wake up and be like, "Oh shit, I'm here," and then probably Aether would go back to Veer to the north. But nevertheless, the Animazers that Amu was allied with through a lot of that, as well as the ones that were with Tenebris, they decide to continue to pester and thwart, waylay the dwarves, keep a distraction with some skirmish and guerrilla tactics to make sure they don't arrive at the city assault in a quick enough time, and also to keep sure they don't, have enough time to rest after everything that's been thrown at them over the last week. Um, the leadership is still standing strong, so there is definitely some time that it will take for, I think, some redirection. But there's also, they lost a lot of their army, and a lot of them are really wounded and sick, so they need time to rest. And hopefully by that time, Jahir will have gathered more Animezus from around the lands to face these dwarves. Um, Meanwhile, Amu and then Pio decides to join him, head kind of south by southwest, and make their way as quick as they can over the grasslands of the Testodine and Coleoptids, through the forests of the Musteli and the Avis, over the Brown Wing Mountains, and then finally into Dwarven country, where there are some Dwarven kingdoms to the south of Animezus lands that are been here for a while, I would say, but they're not quote unquote Jourvians, that they would come in contact with and find quickly that, those dwarves, because dwarves, like, they're out, they're cousins and stuff. There's a lot of alliance between those things, and Amu and Pio are similarly causing some distractions, and eventually they will figure out how to create a large enough earthquake to, you know, destroy the land bridge that has allowed these Jourvians to invade the lands of the Animaesus. Um, so that's a NPC plot, as we were discussing a few minutes ago. That's kind of now building it back around with both of those things, both of those stories. Whereas I see, like we mentioned, but in the future, Amu is definitely, you know, turned into a face, if you will, of the Animezus people and kind of their resistance, I think, to the dwarves, and that kind of would develop into a similar, I think, reputation of a walkers and kind of those things, but someone that like did something beyond like the title and stuff like that. Stuff I was thinking about this week, and then Tenebris, as we were discussing last week, I definitely see him as someone that, in the future, um, planeswalking campaign I would eventually like to run. I could see him being part of that narrative, if not the part of Australia, in some way, shape, or form, with just his connection to Falwyn and the other elves there. Could be an interesting kind of pivot for things. But with that out of the way, I have you all on a map that is the westernmost point of the throat, in the city of Salt, the major kind of travel and trade way, of the central part of the city, that is mostly intact, quote unquote, other than giant foot size, terrace size foot, craters and destruction that have happened, from previous days, from the escape of the beast, as well as the choice by the Tarrasque and Birdman to turn around and, kill people. Um, you all have I've where the narrative is going to pick up. I imagine there's already been the discussion between Eros, Strike, Nouvelle, Fraction, Cash, and Kaikba listening, as they do, um, to the idea that, well, okay, what the fuck, that beast isn't here, because I imagine you guys teleported right to the middle of the city for the most part, where the beast would be, and the beast isn't there. There's no one there. There's just like death and destruction and blood and earthquakes and tsunami, all the shit, the obvious evidence that you guys kind of loosely put together. That there's obviously a war that's fucking already happened, and the beast isn't here, but there's no evidence that it's been destroyed. And eventually, I imagine you guys have already pieced together the tracks of the beast, the most recent tracks, and have kind of figured, okay, it's left. Okay, and then probably some, your Eros's insight, let alone Strike's survival and Nouvelle's just understanding of the city and things like that. I do think you guys would quickly piece together that, okay, Birdman, we already kind of know is in some way connected to the beast. Okay, let's follow the beast, the trail of the beast. And you've already been traveling for a few minutes. I'd say more than 10, 15 minutes, running along the city streets, and it's quiet. There's no one about, right? It's just like broken houses to your left and right, smokestacks from fires that have been burning for days for whatever reason, probably oil or fat from the beast that's been left behind that just got destroyed or whatnot for whatever reason. You can look back to your northeast and see the beast crown is just cinder. There are what used to be thousands of spiked buildings are just gone. Obviously, most of the beast crown is just left in dust. No evidence of the stage courts, any of the like there whatsoever. Big chunks of the wall, and everything destroyed on your way out of the central keep, with walls that have obviously been further destroyed by the Tarrasque escape. You see evidence of most of the ballistae have already been destroyed beforehand, and like some of them are in pieces. And the way they're in pieces, it obviously wasn't destroyed by the Tarrasque. It was someone was doing something with it, and all of them are kind of that way. And the bodies, like, oh my god, there are so many just like people just strewn everywhere. I would like you three. You may have advantage because of your level and I think sensibilities as characters, but I do think I say three because of Nouvelle. You three need to roll a sanity save to Like, you're coming back to your home, quote unquote, but like, you know, this place is horrible, but like, this is like everyone's dead, like for the most part, are gone. Like, it is inexplainable. It is not you the last narrative that these characters had about this the night before they teleported, from episode 76 or whatever it was you guys being like, we're coming to save the city, we're coming to save Birdman, and there's no evidence that you can start that, at least in the initial case, right? So Nouvelle, I'm going to I forgot to account for an inspiration, so math. I will spend 1 and give it to Strike to re-roll Nouvelle's. The dice have spoken. Nouvelle
what?
is...
Wait, no. I don't remember if I can use Bardic Inspiration for saves to help people. Or saving throws.
I believe so.
Yes,
yeah, it is. I believe so.
Get a D8. Get a D8.
Okay. Okay. That with her, yeah, she needed a 13. So, more than enough. Okay, she, hears confiding words from Eros, or reminders of Eros before you guys traveled here about stealing yourself or whatnot, and she's able to, kind of, keep things in check. Braxton is just such a foreign creature. I just don't think he's sad for the destruction. I just don't think sanity plays into his character very much in the same capacity. He's kind of a simple-minded creature in a lot of ways.
He's also seen too much.
He's all, he's ancient, literally, for things. So, it's one. My argument, further that, is also his intelligence and wisdom are both 6. I don't think he processes things in the same ways you guys do, kind of thing. Like, he literally can't speak in full sentences. He understands quite a few languages, but he can't speak in full sentences. He only understands those 7 languages because he's thousands of years old. That's the only reason why. If he was like, your guys' age, he would barely understand, quote unquote, Celestial, his own language. So, for things. Well, but he does have this, I think, emotional, and he's kind of like riding along, with Nouvelle. So I do think he has some emotional response and support that kind of goes along with us too. But you guys, with your passive perceptions, I put you on the map just because I didn't want to make it too big this way, but you guys would easily, I think, be aware of this scene unfolding before you at the gate that leaves the city. This gate, miraculously, the Trask just jumped over and did not destroy. Was actually one of the narrative that happened at that time. So, but you are witnessing a combat from a distance unfold between a trio of Animaesus, as best as you can tell. Very lithe and agile on their feet, capable warriors, it seems, but they are outnumbered as a kind of wayward. Not really, like, it doesn't seem like there's they're just kind of, this gnoll band has come into the city to just scavenge, eat some bodies, like it was like, there's not, like, it's just a small group of gnolls, but there are 8 or 9 of them, and these 3 are, outnumbered and stuff, and they're kind of like on the run, as they were obviously taken off guard somewhere outside the city. Eros, your passive insight, and Strike, your passive survival, would tell you both the same thing. But your information, I imagine you would pick up on it, where Eros is like able to, with her insane passive perception, pick up on body language, and literally for Strike survival, you smell something very familiar. In that, these Animaesus, based upon their movements, what's going on, they're more than likely fighters. They're more than likely part of the walkers, part of the group that is kind of, chose to defend things, like in some way, shape, or form, right? They do, literally, I think Strike picks up on it with his sense of smell. Like they've met Leandra, they've talked to her, they know where they might know where she is. They in the last 24 hours they sat down for an extended period of time and maybe shared food with her or something. She's not obviously with them right now, but there is that connection that you guys kind of, you know, inspiration by fate, whatnot, pick up on. So how do you guys want to engage yourselves with this? Is the question.
Strike. Is it? Okay, this is weird. But I
Well, you tell
feel,
me.
but I feel like those motherfuckers up there have interacted with Leandra for some strange fucking reason. I don't know.
I know. I can smell him on her. I can smell her on dead, brother.
Ah. Yeah, they kind of look like, you know. Ooh, remember that one cub that it was like a few months ago, that she like, you know, flirted around with, and this is kind of the way that he moved afterwards.
We're gonna say it's
right?
this badger guy. We're gonna say that she was flirting with this badger guy, and yeah, and Strike never heard about this until now, and Strike's like, I don't know how Strike wants to take that, but it's something like Eros, like the mom, quote unquote, would hear about because gossip, you know. I like that idea.
That's right, just like,
Both of you take an inspiration.
yeah, so she flirted with him. Okay, cool. She's old enough. She can do it if she wants to.
Ah, wow. You know, 2 months ago, you probably would have said who, so I can rip his head off. Huh. You've grown so much.
I have done a lot of reflecting since then.
I would nuzzle and hug you right now if I wasn't inside of the cache and you weren't in that giant.
Wait. That other smell, was it not what you smelled like when you came back and told me about that big fucking dragon? That
Uh,
smells roughly of decay and wet fur.
I'm more good with my eyes and my ears rather than my nose, so I'm not sure. I don't think human senses remember smells like you do, so
What did you call these things? Not Animaesus, but kind of dog-like, walking upright.
mm,
I was a
dog,
cat.
dog,
I don't want to go.
cat-like. The closest I could think of are nose. No, that's not right.
No, no. But that's what it smells like.
Hmm. Smells like dogs walking upright, but are also cats. So cat dogs.
I think. Let's just check it out. Sounds
Uh,
like an idea.
yeah, sure. It's, uh, okay. Let me see something here. What? Okay. Wait, I need to open caches. I have not had to open up caches shoot in 2,000 years. Where the fuck is it? There it is. Blah, da, da.
I wonder if Kuiper flaps his wings or if he just kind of has them outstretched and he T-poses for the air.
Uh, I feel like the flapping would need to occur. Are they like on the roof or something? These.
Yes.
Okay, then, I'm going to. Let's see. What? Within 5 feet. Not a lot of range. Oh, this whole thing is the gate, so there's like space underneath it.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, then I'm going to aim at the gate directly.
Okay. Like Cash could sort of squeeze through the gate. Kite definitely could.
Oh, I'm not trying to squeeze through the gate. I'm trying to fucking blow it up. Oh.
With all okay, okay, I see what you're doing. Okay,
All the subtlety of a jackhammer.
I like it. Oh no, I don't need a gate. It's okay. Okay.
I'm trying to collapse the whole thing.
We're on the same page. I like it. I like it. So you guys are flying over, and you see, I will allow each of you to take an action, as I narrate this, and then I'll account for that action after I narrate, if you would like. But you guys see as you come up on the top of the gate wall, a bloody mess that gnolls are going through. They're eating, they're rifling through for loot of who were Animaesus and people that probably were alive minutes before you arrived. Minutes before you started to run over here. This has obviously been going on for a while with the carnage you're seeing. And then as you flow over, you witness these three had kind of gone down here and were being chased by some other gnolls that ran after them, and they've started to engage with each other to try to break away. And while lust, crimes, caches, polybolos, weapon to strike the gate itself. Yes. Okay. The gate.
Yeah. So
No, stay open.
fix.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're psychologically connected via the sonar thing still?
Yeah, we can be easily.
If you want to say you did that before you arrived,
Yeah. I was already
that.
thinking about it anyway. Wait, what would it need to be? Oh, I need to spend 3. 2 hours, 6 hours, 3 hours. That's plenty enough time for the fucking neck scenes. So yeah, we are.
Sweet.
Yeah. Oh shit, I forgot. Get your ass in cash. Get your ass in cash. Yeah, so it's not accounting for FB. It's 80 damage since the roll didn't roll crit properly.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, with the damage from the gate exploding and it falling and toppling on each other, I think only one of the gnolls would honestly have a chance to get away. So I'm gonna have them roll a strength save. We're gonna say the DC is a 20 off, just escaping the whole onslaught. Right. I'm going to re-roll and give an inspiration. They'll spend them. For greed. Okay. The dice is for.
Yeah, but that's.
So the guy, there's like you see immediate just like I imagine like a singularity almost, like the gate like starts to implode on itself and like suction in from where the different points of the polybolos kind of hit, and it kind of breaks in and starts to tumble in on itself, pieces of stone, and immediately like 6 of those gnolls are just dead from that happening. And then there's like 3 or 4 that are running and 1, 2, 3, and then there's this 4th one just at the top, and he's doing cool. And then it just like there's this big stone from one of the top kind of crenellations of the castle just slams on him. And you just hear, and it falls down to the ground. Things. So that group is done.
Fucking
just
smoothie.
for the ease of it, just delete them.
I mean, I just like how fucking perfectly timed that nat 20 was. That's not why. Well,
If you didn't get a nat 20, more of them would have survived. Definitely. But I just imagine the extra explosion with like those splinters hitting everything and like, it's like a porcupine shot almost. It's an interesting thing. All right. So, where are you? Turn over. Strike. What is Kitebutt doing as their action, and then you can roll initiative.
The question about this one right here, Artemis Bow. It says it penetrates through 10 feet of no magical material, including other creatures. Does it mean it has to, or can I choose if it does and where it strikes from? That's very important to know here.
It always does, yes.
So I'd have to strike from directly above, so it doesn't hurt anyone else.
If you don't want to hurt someone, yes. That's the whole point of this weapon. It's kind of.
Then I'd adjust it. Directly above, so it doesn't hurt anyone else. Only this fucker.
Okay, I'm gonna keep. Yeah, let's keep you there so we can click. Okay, so you're just trying to hit the big one. Okay.
Yes.
A 36 definitely hits. Definitely hits.
that fucking reminds me of Alice in Borderlands, where if somebody dies to the game, because it's a survival game type thing. If someone dies to the game, a laser fucking falls from the sky and just headshots them right where they stand. It's a good show. It's fun to watch.
That makes sense.
I mean, there's other ways they could die, but if you trigger certain conditions, you just sky laser. And it's like the size of like a laser pointer laser, not like a giant beam. It's just like a laser pointer just right through your fucking skull.
I'm gonna say Nouvelle and Fraction are riding on cash for now.
Cool.
Isn't just sheet up to me.
Open sesame.
Rats, you. That's bad justice.
When you think when you're on the hunt, it turns out you're the prey. Fucking giant ass metal bird out of nowhere. Lasers your ass.
Alright, so you guys blow up the gate and you fly over and there's this giant laser that shoots through this guy, more or less, pierces through him and into the ground, and then what is piercing? Yes. Okay. And then, because of Kiteba, perhaps because of Strike's just, own agility and kind of attention. I don't know. You got the top of initiative, good sir. So, and to be sure, for initiative, you should be rolling with your beastie if their dexterity is better than yours.
Yeah, no.
So, nevertheless.
Do they still get the barbarian advantage?
If we allow cunning action, then yes.
Yeah, we allow class actions in this bitch.
Like certain class actions make sense, I think, like that. Like your reactive capability I think makes sense because you're still because your
then
body
it's
is like plugged into it.
okay. Then still better. You moved to the lower field.
Well, you're still at the top, anyways.
You're still at the top, but yes, I know Kaiba
Yeah.
has better decks than you. So, what do you do?
I'm swooping down. I'm gonna peck the fucker.
Okay, you fly down, and you peck the fucker as your action. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a day of 46s, it seems.
Ah, a 15d8.
A casual 15d8. You.
I think
bite-
I'm just gonna rename it to peck.
That's fine. You bite this guy in half, as a good bird of prey can do to fish and small creatures. And that's kind of what it looks like. To be sure. Send it to the layer. Get him out of the way. Alright, that's your part of your movement and your action. So your turn.
That's my turn.
Okay. This guy sees that. He's like, shit, what the hell? But he isn't going to question things too much for right now, as they're not attacking you, and he's kind of just in the moment, so he charges forward underneath to get away from the peck as much as he can. He, I believe, is still in range of you, so he doesn't get, attacked if you wanted to attack him. But he's going to I guess
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, that certainly balances out.
18, he stabs the guy, and then the 11, the knoll jumps slightly to the side as he goes for an uppercut. And then he turns that uppercut around and goes for a huge overhand bisecting attack for the nat 20. And yeah, he cuts this knoll in half.
He was inspired.
He was.
Sweet moves!
The Testadine here is engaged with this other knoll who he's already hit a couple times. He does a sidestep kind of to be out from under the shadow of Kaiba, and then use that shadow against this knoll. And he's going to go in for a couple attacks. 2 will hit.
Let's call that spicy.
And this knoll gets its leg broken, and then he spins around as the thing's falling to grab its leg, and he grabs it by its chin and its back of its head and just and cracks it. Oops.
These D20s are feeling spicy. This today.
Was
Okay.
it one of those scenarios where you just wanted to give us something to fuck up?
It was one of those scenarios. I was literally going to see, do you save these guys or not? Because if you guys didn't step in, at least two of them would have died guaranteed. Only one of them would have survived, based upon just numbers.
Damn you, narrative!
Ah.
What? So, it literally, yeah. So if you guys, yeah. So you, this guy is going to, run up to the stairs to take some cover from the fallen, after the things have fallen and stuff, kind of away from the giant bird, unsure obviously by his actions what's going on, and he will use his action to hide in the rubble. I think Eros is literally the only one that can figure out where he's at right now. So, and then Eros, as you take your turn, Nouvelle is going to pop off and dash, not wanting to miss out on the fun. She draws her weapons and whatnot as she does. Fraction just hangs out on the shoulder for now and just obviously feels like he's not needed, so he's just gonna chill. What do you do?
So, yeah, no other gnolls. So, Eros, casually will move forward and say,
Calm down, Showbutter. That's the last of the gnolls. And, Rat Boy, you don't need to hide from my bird friend over there, who's more of a badger friend inside of a bird friend. Not to be confused with Bird Man.
It's
Different
complicated.
friend.
Can we say the entrance to Kite Bar is in the beak? Because it's funny.
I think the entrance is in its stomach, wasn't it?
Beak is funnier.
I mean,
Um,
oh.
doing some. Okay. I'm fine with that. My initial thought was like the chest area, but that makes sense. Like maybe the beak just opens really low into the chest and allows you to kind of climb in.
The beak drops.
Yeah!
The beak like does a jaw drop to the floor.
It's like a loading ramp to a Star Wars spaceship.
Eros, what did you say
And
again? I'm sorry.
Strike just steps out.
So, Eris, she says, "Calm down, Shallowbutter, and you, Rat. No need to hide. My bird friend is not going to hurt you. Or badger friend, who is inside a bird friend, who is not to be confused with Bird Man. So, yeah, we can all just calm the fuck down." And she'll even hop out of Cash's belly button. Oh, a Testadine. Hey, is it true that you guys can piss yourselves to death?
Eros priorities.
What? It's only a quick yes or no question.
Walks up to this guy and says, "I smell the aggro on you.
We are
Have you
not
seen him
out of,
recently?"
we are not out of combat just yet. There's a reason why I got distracted from Eros. So we're not out of combat just yet.
I mean, I do end my turn. I don't do anything else, so...
Okay, so at the end of before Strike can move. Okay, yeah, before it does that. Okay, at the end of the round, I would like Strike. I forget your passive perception is that freaking high. I would like you both to roll a perception check. Because I don't know, Arrow sees something, a shadow move up above her that that isn't Kiteba that draws her attention, and Strike, their wind has shifted, and you smell something in the wind.
Ooh, that means advantage.
Strike, it is a foreign smell to you. It is which is probably what's most concerning. Is like it's not an Animaesus. It's like rain, but there's no rain clouds. It's like a storm, but there's no storm clouds. Like there's something you smell in the air, and then you see some clouds kind of appearing up above you, and the way they're moving is just kind of odd. Eros is watching the same clouds from her position at this moment and kind of takes a breath. And Eros, your passive perception can confirm something. Let me do some math for that. Okay. And Eros, you see in this cloud, this like big bulbous cloud that normally wouldn't be odd if the beast was here, but the beast isn't here. Like it's obviously been enough days to where the haze and stuff has started to dissipate. That was the way when you guys were first arrived, 30, 40 minutes ago, before this went down. You see in this kind of hazy cloud up above you silhouettes of bipedal creatures kind of hovering in the air, watching you arrive intently, obviously by their body language. Strike, you don't pick up on them. You still smell them, but you don't see them directly with that check, I would say, either, although the smell does apply. There are two silhouettes, and Eros, with your 31, you can easily tell they are pretty high up in the sky, like I would say 1,000 more feet, and their silhouette size is troublesome. You ride around in something pretty big all the time. These things are pretty big, and they're bipedal. What do you do? It is you have a free action, I guess you could do.
I'll follow it up with an insight to gauge what their intentions are. Like, do I sense hostility from them, or is this just like they're just observing?
The insight is something that I think you kind of try to, bead on a couple of them and follow one or two of the silhouettes, and they're kind of darting around up in the sky. It's obvious they're almost creating this haze in a way with some of their movements. You definitely get the impression of. And the creatures are darting about in a way that lets you know that they almost dance off the wind and things like that, right? For their size, that's just like there's something that you remember at this point. Well, I have to ask a question. How much has Eros interacted with Killian?
It was the one time that she came back when Killian and Amu had gone to had gone to the apartment and were talking to Birdman about something. I don't quite remember.
Did she see him go big?
She has never seen him go big, no.
Then I would like Eros to roll a history check to see if there's something else she would know, just based upon rumors that she would pick up on in her bard travels.
Wait, would you consider that a success or not to say failure, but like I didn't get like the primary information? That would be good to know.
Correct.
As in, I didn't get the primary information. I would like
Yes.
Okay, then I'm spending a side die to add a d8 to that. So that's a 22 now.
Okay. Stuff that I just don't. I'm not. Rumors she would hear from the City of Salt, perhaps. Over the days and weeks she's been gone, perhaps, or I'm not. Killian's also been part of the city for a long time, so I imagine prior to campaign even starting, she would have been aware of Killian in some capacity.
I mean, because we did have our friend who, at the very start of the campaign, the dog,
yeah, that was kind of his. Yeah. So there were like
Jim.
Yes, Jim. Killian is a bastard son of Hybjorn, right? And the thing that sticks out in your brain in this moment about that is that he is purported to be half giant. That he's been many times that there's a half giant. There's one of the only times you've ever heard a giant, and that's what you think you're seeing in the sky. And giants are never part of these lands. Like, it's a rare thing for them to be here. There's a few moments in the campaign where they've kind of shown up, sort of, but nevertheless, there are different kinds of giants. And there are, there are cyclops that have been, you guys fought with and stuff like that are from the south and things like that. And that's the extent of most giants that are usually here in these lands, other than dinosaurs. Like, those are the giants that most people deal with here. And like dire beasts and creatures that have been mutated from, the lands. But you would, know of hill giants and stone giants. And the frost giants probably are someone you may have even dealt with. And maybe that's how you got your information, is like, the idea that Eros has traveled from the human lands to the east of here, from New View, and they dealt a lot with the giants in their history when they had to cross the seas to come to these lands and stuff like that. So maybe there's some of those stories that have kind of like brought in some of that information. But there are, stories from the old world that, your ancestors, that say Cerulean would call it, the old worlds of, where the Dragon Riders, Claude and Roe, and Grindstone, and Grey Coast, and all these other lands are across the Great Sea, the Great Oceans of the Lost. Like, there are these things called cloud and storm giants that can fly through the air, and are these giant humanoid-looking creatures that ruled the lands for thousands of years before the rise of the Dwarven Empire and stuff. And there's layers of that history that are all over the lands, but like a recent occurrence of giants is only Killian. Like, Killian is the giant of the City of Salt. He runs around, he gets big, and he polices people, and that rumor is quite clear. So there's maybe some connection that's there to that. Player knowledge, Killian is half cloud giant, so there you go. For things. Intentions, they are gauging whether or not they can take you. With the 36, fuck yes. They are gauging these two giants whether or not they can take your two giants. And like they are looking for plunder. They are looking for advantage. And they see something that they've never seen before. Right? This giant bird and this giant thing. They're obviously magical creatures of some sort, magical construct. They're not like, they're giants. They think they can take whatever, like, to them this is I don't think they obviously don't know what this is. Also, like, I would say by 36, they have no idea what cash is. They have no idea what kaipa is, other than something, can we break it and make money off of it? Like, that's the general impression you're getting off of it. So
Then,
do you stay the ground is the question.
well, I've already stated that Eros has hopped out of cash to show no hostility towards the Animaesus. But she's going to telepathically to Strike say, "Don't get out of Kaipa. I think there's cloud giants above us, trying to gauge if they can fight our giants."
What?
Those clouds in the sky,
What?
they want to fight, or at least take our shit. Get angry.
They want to fight! Oh, I want to see them try!
Get angry at them. Scare them or something. Do your scary thing.
Striker has Kuiper angrily flap his wings at the skies.
Okay. You currently do not see these silhouettes based upon your perception checks and things.
Doesn't matter, just the skies.
Okay, you're just flying into the skies. Okay.
And flap the wings angrily.
Alright. How high off the ground are you going?
No, like 180 feet.
180 feet.
If they fight you up there, I can't support you. Oh, actually, maybe I can.
So I do manage.
And Kitebar makes like the stock red forked sword.
Actually, no, you are still in my range. No, in Cash's range.
Alright, so Strike dashes up into the sky with Kiteba. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Alright. The Badgerkin is just like confused. Has no idea what's going on. Like you attacked and then you flew off, and Eros is here just standing. He's going to not get too close to Eros because he doesn't know what's going on. But he will walk closer and oh goodness, I'm here, sheet. He is going to. Well, I'm gonna first have him roll as a free action a history check. He knows what Cash is. It's obvious by his reactions. He knows the story of Cash's escape from the city or something. He has some part to it, and in common, he would say Cash's name. At first, and then continue to say, Cash, you are meant to protect the city. We are glad you've returned. Please, are you here to stay? And the Testadine says, I don't know if that's who you think it is. There's someone else inside. I can feel it. Who are you? Human?
For once, my reputation does not precede me. But Cash's reputation does. That's no fair.
The Ratkin is not only gonna rate it, he's just gonna. He was seen. He's going to try to be stealthy again. Just like you're not gonna see me. He moves over here, and you see him move over there to hide. Arrows. So
If I don't move, they can't see me.
And the entire time, I imagine Eros is still looking up at the sky, so it's like peripheral vision.
yeah. Okay. So strike.
Okay.
So strike. Okay. Before you go, Eros.
Aw.
Before you go,
Damn it.
I'm gonna do.
I was gonna do my signature move.
I'm gonna spend an inspiration. 2. I'm gonna give you each one. I give these 2 checks. Holy shit. Okay. Okay. They're like sort of appearing because that does take their action, yeah. Okay, so sort of appearing next to Strike. I will say because your passive perception is high enough to tell this. Yes, 3 points higher than it needs to be. All right. Is the only reason why you pick up on this. There's some magic that obviously like keeps them hazed or whatnot. You kind of get the impression on. Oh, technically they should be closer together. But there are 2 silhouettes that you see in the air there. I'm gonna say above you. I'm gonna bring them to that layer. I'm gonna say they're above you. Kind of flying, of course. and there's a technically, yeah, and the I need to look at one thing before I continue this. I forgot. This concentration is a thing.
Oh.
Concentration is a thing.
Indeed.
Okay, so the haze starts to dissipate, I'm going to say a little bit. And even Eros can see up in the air now, if the haze kind of going away. Concentration's a thing. Three of them kind of float up in the air. I'm going to say, I'm going to just mark one for now. But they're about 250 some odd feet in the air, and they're going to chill there. Those two are before going to Gross's turn because they took their action to gauge do they charge now, and they chose not to.
Okay. As my free action, I say, like, I wave my hand, you know, when you're like, and no, literally, Eros goes, yeah, not now. Yeah, you guys, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to concentrate here. And I spend, I spend 3 side-eye, and this takes my action to target each of these fuckers, to telepathically link to them, saying, I mean, if you want to die, you can, but how about we all just part ways and pretend that we never saw each other? Got it?
We had the same idea, only mine would have included a lot more shouting.
Brazen as ever. Those that walk beneath us. You are not as you seem. Your voice does not match your appearance. You are a pilot of these ancients, but not a dwarf. No funny accent of their lives.
Yeah.
You stole from these dwarves, then?
No, I stole from the elves.
Elves? There are no elves in these lands.
I mean, they spent their time on the bottom long enough.
The city is ripe for the claim. If you are laying claim to the city, then we shall return in greater number.
Me? Laying claim to the city? Nah, my friend ain't here. At least, I don't think he is. I think he's somewhere else. So, I don't really care about the city. But what I do know is this. Those dwarves, well, yeah, they're on their way with an army of their own. I was going to try and fight them, but I don't really care anymore. But they also have these, giants as well. Quite a few of them, I bet. So, if you're gonna come in greater numbers, you better be prepared to take them on. And you don't want to ruin your chances by taking on 2 of us now, do you? Because if we can beat your ass, and I know we can...
I would like an intimidation check. Momentum points have already been gained because 1, you saw them. 2, they rolled nat 20s on their insight to not attack you. They literally had to roll a nat 20 and they both did. I will send a screenshot if you need me to. It was fucking crazy.
I believe it.
Can I just chime in since we're all telepathically connected now, or do you have to wait my turn?
Let me finish my explanation just one sec.
Okay.
Yes, so momentum point, you saw them, another, their insight, the other telepathic. The last momentum point comes from, are you successful in intimidating them? and then strike. Because of this pause, you can take a moment to do something. Yes, that's fine.
So I just asked the giants. So,
I will.
what do you care about more? Smashing the dwarves, taking the city? Because we're all about smashing the dwarves. Don't really care that much about the city. But let's get a couple people out first.
I will say Eras technically controls how the channels run, but it's fine. It's fine that she can add her in. But in Tamadashan, did I accidentally increase that? I think I did. I didn't mean to do that. Ah. Did I hit my primary goal or no?
You're rolling against their passive, so I'm double checking math. You have, yes, you beat it, and then you beat it by 5 or more.
Oh,
so yeah.
Damn.
So they obviously take a pause from both things recognizing them. This bird flying up to them within 70 feet of them in the air, the death beneath them, the smoke and dust still billowing from the destruction behind you, Cash, from the Polybolos attack. And they say they don't say much of anything. I think what they do is one of two things. I'm going to have them each roll a d6 first. Okay. And then I'm going to... Yeah, they don't want to do that. So, concentration's a thing, guys. I forget about that. And, this stat block, I now realize that's almost every spell's concentration. So if they stop concentrating on fly... I also looked at the new stat blocks. I'm kind of annoyed with D&D and their the new additions, fickleness with deciding what creatures do. It's just all of a sudden half the giants can fly now, and I'm just what?
That doesn't make any sense.
Old school ones, they had to literally cast fly on themselves. So never mind. It's interesting.
I mean, cloud giants and maybe storm, cloud giants.
Yeah,
should.
they made cloud and no, that's my point. They made cloud and storm giants actually fly. In original 5e, they don't. Storm giants can swim and are amphibious, and they can cast levitate on themselves. Cloud giants, high level ones, can cast fly on themselves for free a few times a day and whatnot. But it was they're supposed to be in my old school lore, which is I'm being a little nostalgic here maybe. Giants are supposed to just be giant humans. That's just what they are. They're just they're not really a couple of them are resistant or immune to things, but that's really what their thing is they're just they ruled the world because of their bigness. So it's an interesting kind of thing they're doing. But they also changed a shit ton about dragons and how the whole stat block works too, which is just cool, I guess. But never mind.
I mean, yeah, them being giant humans. I mean, I kind of like the mysticism behind cloud giants and storm giants, so I would be more fine with it.
No, I'm fine with it. Inevitably, I just don't like the fickleness of the decision. Just why didn't you just make them fly the first time? Just nevertheless.
Sure. It's cooler if they live way up high and have to cast a fly spell to actually fly.
Yeah. Well, most cloud giants live in giant floating castles.
Like Jack and the Beanstalk type shit.
Yeah, they're the ones that hail to that idea. Whereas storm giants live in the sea. They can fly, but and they're storm giants, but they're aquatic creatures, really.
And why do they look like heavyweight champion monks?
I've always pictured them
Well, these ones are cloud giants. Yeah. And I found a picture of a heavyweight cloud giant because I was yeah. And they are monks. Yes. I used I thought it would be fun to merge some cloud giant stat block with a shadow monk stat block.
That's
Why does it
insane.
make too much sense?
That's insane.
Um,
I always thought
so-
storm giants lived in high up in the mountains. Not being
They
a-
can, and I've narrated that in certain stories too, but the I don't know, Storm King's Thunder, the Faerun story of the Storm King is he lives in this giant clam castle in the ocean somewhere.
I would rather call them
Yeah.
tidal giants then, because that sounds
Yeah.
more narrative.
Well, they added some other giants in Big B's that kind of help, I think, level some of that stuff out. But I don't know. Storm giants are a big part of the Sunday game. Some of you, I think you guys know. Yeah, you guys know Hayden. Hayden's character is the bastard son of the Storm Giant King.
Oh, so I have a
Who's
bastard
trying-
child as well.
Yeah.
I really want to play a Dampier Shadow Monk, the Veiled Ankle Biter.
That's funny.
Anyway, sidetrack over. We're tangent over. Brian joined us via car, as I predicted.
That's
I'm in a faraway land in my car. It's me, Brandon, the guy who sounds like I'm taking your calls direct via my car.
Yeah, I'll have a number 9 and number 9 large.
I was gonna say, welcome to Wendell's Wacky Emporium, bro. How can we help you today?
Yeah, I need you to go fuck yourself for one and a large number 1.
Yeah, we got a special on fucking myself today, actually, sir. Would you like to supersize that, fucking me?
Yeah.
Oh
why
shit, I
not?
had to take off. Hold on 1 second. And by that, that's crazy. I said that because I had to just swerve like a maniac to turn left on Rainbow. Fuck.
What are you doing driving on Rainbow Road?
I'm driving on Rainbow Road.
Yeah.
I'm actually driving on. Is it Rainbow Road? Is that actually what it's called? Is it Rainbow Boulevard?
Well, I don't know.
I don't fucking know. I don't care. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not just a super size. Can it be a fat fuck size?
With a side of French fries, please.
Also said.
Brought to you by role playing in your car. It's me. What has anything happened? Are you guys chilling?
We collapsed a gate, and we're intimidating cloud giants.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Who are
So-
also Shadow Monks for some reason.
Yeah, well, we pivoted.
Oh.
The original plan was to kind of do some catch up with Birdman, but that's fine.
Oh.
You're good. You're good. We're with Eros and Strike and Nouvelle and Fraction and Cash and Kaipa as they have just returned to the city of Salt. And they've made their decision to leave. You know, they can't find you. The beast isn't here, and they started to find the trail. And on the way outside the city, they come across this encounter of Animaesus that are being overwhelmed by gnolls, and they decide to destroy the entire building the gnolls are on to kill the gnolls, which is the gate to the outside of the city. That's miraculously still standing because way back when you first left the city, you did narrate that the trash jumped the last bit, but nevertheless,
Yep.
They were trying to help the Animaesus. They rolled a really high insight, and we used some inspiration to make that one of the Badger Animaesus is Leandra's boyfriend.
Oh.
And they are trying to,
Oh, Strike must hate that guy.
Actually,
Uh,
Or is
no.
that?
Nah, he's pretty
Actually,
sure.
no. He's matured. He's matured. You know, he's gone.
matured.
His words were, she's old enough to make her own
Oh, it's
decisions.
brought. Oh, so she's dating a Badger man, so it's fine. If it was any other Animaesus, it'd be fucked up. But it's because he's a Badger man. It's okay. I got it. I get you. I understand.
Racism in D&D.
Racism in
Dude,
D&D.
he's a
Racism
racist. His
is
girlfriend
in
is
my
black.
D&D. Put it in there. mixes well with the story.
You know, it works. Yeah, and then they were, they took care of the gnolls and what was left of them, but they made a lot of noise in the process. And up above them were some cloud giants that have been scavenging and the words escaping me, pillaging the city, obviously, and they have some relation to Killian, but it's one of Killian's like end stories. And they have convinced the cloud giants that if you want to fight us, you're going to die. And the cloud giants have understood that what they initially thought was an easy, ambush, I guess, is actually them fighting something they don't understand. So, and that's kind of where we're at for now. Write some notes.
That's right. Fear the unknown, motherfuckers.
I'm in the unknown, bro. Can't you hear it?
Yeah.
I'm calling it the unknown. Oh, I'm sorry. So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we are going to, I guess we'll continue with this part of, we'll continue with this scene, and then once we're done with this, we'll see what happens. So, we'll go to the next thing, guys. Another way to word that. So, Eros, they're obviously, like, pulling away from
like
you.
20 minutes.
Shut up, Brandon.
No, in like 20 minutes.
Okay, you're good. Cool. 20 minutes. All right, cool. Then arrows, they obviously have like started to float away from you. I'm not going to change. I don't think they moved more than a few feet, so I'm not going to like change it. But obviously, the intimidation from you and Strike within their mind's eye, that telepathy is jarring to just kind of grab at people. There is that idea that you get the impression that they're not going to turn their backs to you because they don't know what they saw you obviously explode the thing and whatnot, right? To some extent, or at least see the evidence of it. But they're starting to like pull away. Do you guys let them? Is the question.
Yeah. I'm breaking eye contact.
Okay. They will eventually float away. And you will see little dots in the distance. And that will break initiative officially. With the break in initiative, I would like to give Strike and Eros another inspiration for. You would have won the fight, but they would have been a hard fight. Like the giants, they're not like they're still giants. So like they still hit like a truck, no matter like what level they are. So, so if they got to hit through, but nevertheless, and these cloud giants knew martial arts. So, okay, the group settles. And the three Animaesus kind of convene together, talking amongst themselves in their native tongue, while you guys take those few moments to probably do the same as Strike, I presume, lowers Kiteba to join the others.
Yes, I'm stepping out.
And the beak opens. You guys climb out of your perspective.
I've been out the whole time.
Yeah. You guys, and they are a little more nervous at Fraction and Nouvelle, I imagine, as they get closer, just because of the oddities that they are. Once they see Eros, once they see Strike, this is when Eros's reputation precedes her. They didn't see you until now. I don't like Eros. Not many people know you were the one that broke out Cash. A lot of people know the Cash just escaped. Like that's kind of the perspective that a lot of people know for that. Those connections haven't been made directly out in the open, I think, yet, as at least as obviously as they could be. The three Animaesus look a little uneasy, but they welcome you and, introduce themselves. You have Barme, who is Leandra's friend. He is a fighter archetype, very obviously leans towards the samurai kind of perspective of class. And he has this big, giant katana-looking weapon. And then you have Krelma, who is his rat friend. And then you have Igos, who is his Testadine friend. They thank you for helping, and the conversation quickly, I think, turns to, I think, Barme asking, will you stay with us? The city is overrun, and I don't think the goal is to necessarily fix what has all been broken, but there are parts still livable, and the lands are ransacked by both undead and gnolls and now giants, apparently. And then the dwarves are still pressing from the south, it is rumored. We need to gather up as many survivors as we can and find some place to lay low, be safe.
Yeah, good luck with all that. Hey, you look like you've met Leandra, little
Smell
panther
like
girl,
it too.
about yay big, really sleek black fur. Such a nice
Yes.
person.
She has talked about you both before. She's somewhere in the city. I could help you find her, perhaps. Where exactly is... We've been constantly on the move since the beast
Yeah, don't worry about
arose.
that.
And Eros just looks up to the sky, cast sending on Leandra. As she just waves off the Badger Man.
Hey, Leandra, Strike and I gotta count. Hey, Leandra, Strike and I are back in the city. Where are you? We want to say hi.
There you go. You're back. Okay, I'm near the beast crown. The first house still has hold. We're working together with them and the Enders to
Seems she forgot that ums and ahs do count for words. She's at the first. She's at the first house. Let's go, Strike.
Off we go.
Eros hops back into Cash.
Striker explains into Kuiper.
Gives Shallow Butter a hand up. And then proceeds to fuck off towards the first house, ignoring the three Animaesus.
Hey, you! You're Leander's boyfriend, right? You want to ride?
they hop on. And the others do as well when he does. And you run through the dilapidated city. Kind of.
Sure, it's a funny image of the big bird just running in circles. So let's go with that.
It looks even worse.
You guys pass by and realize your apartment is completely gone. Like, it's not even destroyed, it's just gone. There's just a hole where it used to be.
I bet you Bergman had something to do with that.
It's just a
Oh,
giant
Of course
hole.
he did. I mean, that's way. It's too
Me playing Jax in the stomach. Cut to me playing Jax in my apartment. 1, 2.
You cheeky bugger!
It's too weird.
All
not to have
right,
been
Birdman,
done.
I'm gonna set an inspiration aside for you to remember to get
Yes.
it later.
Me playing solitaire at the table. Fuck! Just like old times.
By this point, you haven't met with Aelitz yet, technically, timeline wise, but nevertheless, you're traveling. You by this point you're on your 4th day traveling with the cat boy to meet up with the leader of the walkers. We'll get there. We'll connect the dots. Okay, so you're going to the first house and what's left of it. And you are there are makeshift tents and hovels and lean-tos and whatnot from the rubble that have been shaped and put aside for what's left of these people. And it's more than Lupin. Excuse me. There's quite a few Mustellan from the 6th house and the 10th house. There's quite a few members from what's left of the 3rd house that didn't leave, and the 2nd house of frogs, insectoids of different kinds. And then as you get closer to the center ring of people and pass by the throng of a few hundred people that have been gathered here, you see in the center an encampment of centaur that have a very small number by this point. I'd say a few dozen, but they take up quite a bit of space just, because of their size. And they sit next to a group of kind of corralled, stabled, makeshift, if you will, large area. But there's a group of dinosaur. You have Triceratops and a Tyrannosaur and a couple other smaller ones there. Animaesus, quite a few Skomata kind of as beastmasters of these creatures nearby, and a large bonfire that by this time of day is obviously out and just kind of dry and waiting for the evening kind of to be relit, but there's still always the gathering of people around. And at the central point you find the wolf, like Cash, I think his name's Crown, is there. The wolves, Hyperion, Killian is soon to be noticed nearby, kind of just obviously taking the moment to rest with his compatriots. And there's a Squamata and a floating energy ball that is around the main campfire. That floating energy ball is the first thing you notice that just darts towards Fraction. Fraction garbles out the one word pocket, and him and his brother kind of embrace in a very odd way, as neither of them really have arms or legs, so
So cute.
and nevertheless, you guys are distracted by that, and I'm going to say I'm going to see what she rolls. I'm going to roll an advantage because you don't see it. Well, let's see if you don't see it coming. Ooh, you guys don't see it coming. She just rolled a 33 stealth, guys.
Damn.
You don't see it coming. Rogues. Alright. And then I'm gonna roll a. What is your passive athletics strike?
Passive athletics. Let me double check.
10 plus your bonus.
It would be a 27.
27. Okay. So
I'm
you
a
don't
rogue.
get. Oh, well, I know. I forgot you did those things. You don't get knocked over, but you get, a sneaky hug finds you, and hits you with a embrace and force that you shuffle over a few steps. And Eros, you snap over to the left, and you see Leandra has grabbed her adoptive father and is just doing the cat nuzzle into his big chest. And it takes Strike a moment because she rolled a 33 stealth, and you for a moment think someone's trying to like throw you on the ground, and you're like, what? And then you see she's grown up a little bit. She looks more adult, but you see that little kitty purr, you hear it in your chest, and you just pull your arms around her in a big bear hug, and everyone's just sitting there for a moment, just lost in how cute that is, and just like.
And
whoa.
that's when Strike returns, gives her a little ruffle on the head, and says, "Missed you too, pumpkin."
Did you guys bring Kiteba and Cash here? I presume so.
Yeah.
Okay, so you walked in and got out of them. Okay, just imagery in my mind is all I'm looking for there. So Cash and Kaipa are like planted nearby, so there's like already a group of people around them, like starting to ooh and ah and whatnot, and Igos and Chroma and Barmay, they're following behind and starting to share with some compatriots of theirs like what happened and who they are and who you are, and your guys' names are being murmured around the crowd before you even have a chance to speak. There is this understanding that you've returned, and a lot of people know you guys and know you've been gone and are making the connection. Highbeard and Killian, Killian's explained this about Eros, and there's this hope that's there. There's this interminable idea that you've come to help them. What do you do?
First off, I try in person not to laugh my ass off, knowing how all of this is about to go.
I know. I love the side character thing. Guys, I just had to give like at least 7 more moments for you guys to choose not to be the heroes, just because it's like one of my favorite parts about what you guys do with roleplay is these people are always coming to you like, oh, okay. It makes me laugh. All right, so what do you guys do?
Eros, definitely joins in on the hub, and then
Once she notices it's you, there's that, and I imagine Leandra even mumbles to Nouvelle, and Nouvelle kind of comes over and puts a hand on. I don't imagine Nouvelle's much for cuddling for anyone other than like Strike when she's.
Yeah, Strike just pulls at him.
Yeah. So, nevertheless, yeah. Eros, what do you do?
So proud of you. I never thought you would actually get out of my side for once. Donovan's gonna be so jealous. I threw a teacup at him the other night.
Oh, I'm sure he deserved it.
Yeah.
I've been practicing a lot. I've been helping. There were quite a few days where even the slightest noise would have made the Tarrasque run towards you, and it never really killed anyone during those days, but being so large, the earthquakes. The last few weeks have been intense, but it's gone now.
What's the
Birdman,
matter with that anyway? Where did Trust go?
Birdman, let it away.
Oh, why am I not surprised?
Same. Why am I not surprised?
He literally like put a leash on it somehow, and like Hybern, Killian, and Killian would come up. Yeah, he I don't know. He's the shadow of the beast now, and he has this weird cloak and stuff. And the beast was leaving, and he'd already attacked and killed and destroyed, but his targets were never us. They were always the gnolls or even the centaurs. Yeah, they're here now, but long story. They're friends. We're friends. It's been a hell of a few days. Nevertheless, yeah, he's left days ago. 4 or 5 days.
That's
6.
Oh.
We've lost track. No, for Birdman, it's actually from the time he. Yeah, it's been at least 5-6 days. Yeah, he's. So, the trail is easy enough to follow, but he's led us to stay for the city, and then a group of people head south to the dwarves. Or reports are coming in that they're, with what has happened, there's not much left.
okay. That's it. From now on, one sending every single day to Birdman. Not risking it. Not anymore.
Yeah, I have to agree. What about the dwarves? Reports of are they approaching? Yeah, trying to take the city. What's going on?
We haven't heard back from our scouts yet, to be sure. Amu and Pio and a few others, they headed south. But yeah, no news yet. The last we heard, the dwarves were camped 2-3 days southwest of here, and that's where they head to. They multiple high-level druids went in that direction, and if you never met Tenebris of the 11th House, he joined them. And
Who?
a powerful elf. He, one of the few that seemed to work with us and not just disappear. So things are looking on the up and up, but the gnolls, the death is in the air, the advantage is there, and there are even dwarven scouts and squads still about. The skirmishes haven't stopped. They've slowed, but they haven't stopped.
Well, sounds like you guys got your work cut out for you here.
So, you're not staying?
Fuck no.
Killian asks. Leandra's like, well, where are you gonna go?
To Birdman, where the fuck he is.
Yeah.
Well, I guess in cash you probably could keep up with him. Leandra kind of looks disappointed.
Hey,
Okay. Well,
Why not come along?
she looks at her boyfriend. She looks at Hyperion. She looks at a couple of the other Animaesus. I don't know. I think I should stay.
Why don't you all come along?
I'm not feeding this many mouths.
We can't. The Squamata stands up, who's been around the campfire, and rises at that. We cannot. If we leave.
Why? The city's
City-
fucked anyway.
And you will allow your home to be taken by this undeath.
Yeah, fuck it. Not much of a home when it kicked you out in the first place.
You will allow the dwarves to come in and take these people, take their lives, and
Think about it. When we're all gone, what are they gonna take? A bunch of rubble.
Yeah, you're the ones choosing to stay. The beast is gone. That was the primary source of money for this place. No beast, no money.
There's still a city here. There's still people here.
You
There's
see
still-
a city, I see ruins. Still stuck in a swamp as well. no fertile lands, no beasts to get your food from. You got your work cut out for you.
The pessimism of the new folk, as always.
No, think about it. With those Jourvians we have, even dinosaurs once they had a chance, and they eat a lot of meat.
That is why
It's not even pessimism.
Highbeard has been watching this whole time, Killian's father, and he will say, I have been discussing this for some weeks, that I think a few of us should return north to my people's lands. Find safety there from whence Kraln has come.
See? That's a better idea.
But Strassa and others believe these lands must be cleansed of a blight.
Sounds like an idiot.
Sounds
Well-
really fucking retarded, yeah.
Yeah.
Mel
That's
has
smart.
proven to be more of an ally than an enemy to most of us, but in the fall of the city, her undeath has claimed almost as many as the beast itself.
See, I knew Mel should have
Speaking
came
of
with us.
Mel, do we want to check on her, or do we just go?
The Squamata speaks up. We were mounting an offensive to go to her lair. Will you join us?
She has a lair now? Well, isn't she just moving up in the world? Or moving down, I guess. She's probably under
It
the
is
city.
below us, yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
An offensive against Mel? Why?
She is the undeath that ravages this land, the Squamata would speak.
She's the undeath that ravages land? You know she can only do that because the city existed and was really shitty.
But now she has sold her soul to Ijaz. And
Can you just shut up for... Arrows, let's go check up on Mel first before they do anything stupid here.
when you have a faithful, speak to an unfaithful person. It's like, does not compute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, fine, if you want to go see her, we can go see her. I mean, it's not like I didn't miss her a little bit, so, okay.
Same.
I'll send her a sending. Just have it twice in chat, because I can. Hey Mel, heard you're the bad bitch of the Undercity. Me and Strike want to say hi. Can we, please?
You are more than welcome. Please, I would love to see a friend.
Well, actually, thanks to the power of now having a 4th level slot, I have 4 sendings I can cast a day.
Ooh. That's a lot.
Okay, so spending one more, putting a 3rd one in chat, because I can. It's just making me laugh for some reason, I don't know why.
I love it.
So, where can we meet up? I'll make sure no one follows us, because these people are being really bitchy. Must be that time of month.
Oh. You must have met Strassa Sick. He has led a rebellion against me. We can meet in what is left of the Sage's Row.
Cool. Okay. Let's see. So, you got.
And so, telepathically, she'll say to Strike.
Okay, Sage's row. That's where she is.
And
Let's go then.
out loud.
Okay, you say it telepathically.
Yes,
Okay, good.
I very specifically made sure to mention telepathically. Then out loud to the crowd here, Eros is gonna say,
You guys really should leave the city. Go smell some fresh air for once. Seriously, it'll do so much for your mental health. Not giving a fuck about this place anymore. Leandra?
I can only confirm.
Leandra? I love you. And I do want you to be okay. But you also have to make your own decisions. So I'm not going to force you to do anything. But that also means I don't have to help. You want to call this place your home? It's going to be a tough fight. Just make sure you have your resolve.
I mirror that sentiment. I would much prefer you come with us, but ultimately, you're old enough. The choice is your own.
The druids here, some of the older clerics even, they speak of a time before the beast when our people worshiped the winds and the grass, the hunt, more than the blood and food. And it was a different. I want to be here to make this land like that again. So,
I mean, you can be, but you're on the back foot here. You guys are getting constantly assaulted. Oh yeah, by the way, there are cloud giants who were eyeing your shit. By the way, I scared them off a little bit. They might be back.
you hear Highbeard go, Killian, we need to talk.
We need to talk about your mother.
"Listen, this is how I met your mother."
Eros getting his merch point. Oh, that's funny. So, nevertheless, murmurs about the cloud giants about in the throng of people, and worries and whatnot build to that idea.
So,
Eros and/or Strike, if your characters care enough to try to convince them of their folly in staying here, I would like you to roll a check for the crowd. You've already built one momentum point to kind of convince them, so.
You know what? This is going to be the most heroic side character-esque bullshit ever. I am going to I'll roll a very blasé persuasion. I'll say what I'm going to say first, as like a final thing, and then I'll roll and say what else I'm doing.
you guys would honestly be better off not being here. Let them fight over the scraps, while you, instead, gain a better advantage in a land that's not just fertile, but is actually pleasant to other Animaesus. I mean, we just defended the Lapid Kingdom from multiple of those fucking dwarven mech thingies, whatevers. I mean, we had to do some bullshit to do it. But in any case, we did it because we expanded our horizons. It didn't stand in all this shit and muck. So, let people do what they fucking want. Fight over the wastes. Who cares? you're just regroup somewhere else where you can get a better advantage. And I will roll persuasion. And I will spend 7 inspiration
Holy
on
shit.
this roll.
What are you gonna do with 7 inspiration?
On the roll. So it's plus 20 just from the 3. So that's an additional
Right.
4 inspiration on top to keep boosting it.
So you're doing a plus 20, and then you're doing a narrative influence as well, is what I'm hearing.
Actually, no, yeah,
Okay.
that adds up, yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So you're basically creating the last exodus of the city. These last few hundred people, most of them are along with Highbeard and going, "Hey, Highbeard, can we join you?" Hold on, I gotta finish talking to my son. Sorry, long story short, son, I had sex with a giant.
He's like, I know.
Well, Dad, I kind of figured this out when I hit puberty, and I turned big the first time. So
Yeah, you don't think I knew
it
this,
was a little odd, and I just kind of put 2 and 2 together. What's my get this whole discussion that I'm not going to role play because Killian's not here, but nevertheless, that's happening, and you are successful, I will say, with that idea, with the 27 to be sure, for the crowd.
And I would like to say something to Leandra and to Buffon as well. Strike stands before Leandra, places a hand on her shoulder, looks into her eyes and says, I, to a degree, can understand why you would want to stand behind and try to salvage what's left. But really think about it. The dwarves are going to attack the city, probably. Cloud giants are going to try and take what's left. And then, what are you going to do? Fight over scraps? Fight over ruins? What's the point of that? Out there, as Auntie Arrow said, like in the lands of the leopards, or simply traversing the lands, the air is so much fresher, the bounty is so much better, the game, trust me, doesn't even compare to the things we've eaten there. So please, come with us. And your old man is matured enough to understand. You're old enough to make your own decisions. No matter what kind of capacity, be it in a choice of a partner, or be it in a choice of what you wish to do. I only ask you choose the reasonable path here. And with 8 inspiration, I have to roll with advantage and use 6 to give a plus 40.
We are just the worst.
By that point, does she have a choice?
It's just for family love, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like,
I love how you guys are just like, bam. All right. 12 plus 8.
It's like,
I'm now back to the top of inspiration. I love it. Okay.
it's just these 2 bumbling idiots just walk in. It's like, you guys are fucked. Why are you still here? Everyone's like, yeah, why are we still here? Let's go. He's like, look, you can do whatever you want, but I would rather you be with me. And she's like, yeah, returning might not have been the best idea. Now that I think about it, hindsight do be
Yeah.
hindsight do be 20.
It's one of those things that it's like, I imagine in Leandra's brain, the only good thing that came back from returning to the city is she met
her boyfriend. You know, like that's the only good thing. So okay. There's murmuring and discussion and a little pause, and there's obviously breaks. It almost breaks Strauss's sanity. That was that sanity save a moment ago. But you convinced him. Like, you convinced him. Like, he did it. His insight was obviously not high enough. You know, he got a 21. Obviously not high enough. I gave him advantage because he's just that stubborn. So, is all it is. And then, like, I just like the idea of him being convinced, pissing him off so much that it makes him question his own sanity. So, and then he's just like,
the fucking xenotypes!
So, well, it's just like the very, very lawful good guy actually seeing reason from someone that's so not lawful in any way, shape, or form that it's just like, God damn it, why do you make sense right now?
The
I
chaos.
don't want you to make
I
sense.
am lawful.
The
Technically
chaos.
lawful evil, but still lawful.
Hey, I'm chaotic good. So.
I'm talking about the chaos from her mostly.
Okay.
Your persuasion was not enough to convince him. Eros is definitely.
And yours was more towards Leandra anyway.
Yours was towards Leandra. Leandra rolled an insight at the beginning of the whole conversation, and she rolled a 2. So, with your plus 40 that you put on there, you have many degrees of success. So,
That's what to make extra sure.
And just with her too, like wisdom. If you didn't already get from this whole conversation, wisdom is not Leandra's strong suit. In any way, shape, or form. So
I know, I made her.
yes. Nevertheless, she will nod at that, and there's a conversation where she goes over to her boyfriend, and she convinces him in so many words that we should go. That this is not worth it. That the walkers can find land. That you're home. Let's go there or join them or whatnot. And then the conversation eventually, after a few moments. You guys, someone, I want to say Pocket would make the most sense, based upon Fraction's involvement with you all, would finally kind of raise his voice above the others and bring everyone's attention back to you, and ask, well, where you're going to follow the beast, find the shadow. To what end?
To say hi. Duh.
The beast.
What end is better than staying around here? Or worse than staying around here, rather?
You're not planning on returning the beast to sleep in any way?
Fuck no. I don't give a shit.
Dude. Birdman's the shadow of the beast, is what has been said. If Birdman's with the beast, then the beast is cool in my book.
Exactly. Anyone who's friends with Birdman is friends with me.
Exactly. He's also Leandra's uncle.
More murmuring and whatnot as people remember Birdman and what he did the other day, and people like Birdman has become this Animaesus edifice in these last few days. Not only was he pissed out, not only was he puked out, not only was he shit at, not only is he control of the beast, he saved the fucking city. Like there's like the Animaesus, like, I'm sorry, Birdman is fucking Animaesus Jesus right now. Like to them.
Meanwhile, a few days ago, playing solitaire. Fuck! Damn it! Why am I playing 3 cards? Why not 1 card?
Why can't I ever find the last
Solitaire,
fucking
it suddenly turns into a game of poker and he just still wins anyway.
Well, the skin quilt starts to play against you.
I've set up like
You're playing chess with a skin quilt.
I can't believe it. I'm losing to a cape.
Losing to a rug.
Playing 40 chess and winning completely by accident.
I'm losing to a cape.
All right.
Hey, that's not
With-
fair. You're in my head.
With that idea, the Leandra would come over and it would be like the private conversation in the crowd, as the crowd has heard what you had to say. You're not joining them. There's not a resistance. Okay. People have realized that Highbeard with this and
the cloud giants, he's like, let's get the fuck out of Dodge. I do not want to deal with your mother. She's a bitch. Fuck no. Like, no. Like,
You know that?
my.
That's entirely fucking fair.
like, she's
Court favor Hyperion.
if Nova had finished the game with us, there would have been a whole side story of like trying to kill his mother and whether or not he's going to kill his mother. Because his mother is literally like one of the worst things on this planet, like hands down. Like her, like player knowledge.
If she's one of the worst things on this planet,
His mother
what the fuck
is
possessed
directly
Hyperion to do the things
responsible.
he's done?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
she's hot.
Well, yeah, that too.
How did she do it anyway? Like an enlarged portion or something? Like, how does that work?
Don't question it. Don't question
She is a very capable wizard. So that's all I'm gonna say. If I think more about it than that, it gets too complicated. Nevertheless, she's also a shape changer. But she has an innate shape change ability because of things that she's done. But
Thank you.
Player knowledge, Killian's mother is directly responsible for killing the Storm King, who my Sunday campaign is all about. The fallout of that is like what she did. So like she literally changed many things because of her. Oh, and she's also loosely responsible for what happened to Claude and Rowe. Like, she was one of the people that helped that ritual come together, be pieced together. She's done many bad things. The Sunday game fought her at the end of their last campaign, and they almost killed her. But then they didn't, and then she got away, and then I'm like, well... Shit. There you go. And then she had Killian. So, you know...
Well, at least one good thing came out of her existence.
You know, a good thing, exactly. Nevertheless...
Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
They're getting people are breaking away, separating and whatnot. Leandra comes over and... she will go over to Strike and Eros and say, can they join us? And she references back to the trio of Animaesus that you saved.
Obviously, yes!
This is her adventuring party, if you will.
Sure. Why not? Oh, but I should put a bit of clarification. Your sister and brothers are on the other side of the fucking planet.
What?
So, magic. So, when we're done with Birdman, eventually we'll be going back there to the City of Dragons. That's where they are right now. They're safe. Don't worry. There's nothing bad. It's not for bad reasons. It's for purely safety reasons.
Okay, so we're traveling the world.
Yes, exactly.
Precisely. Also, are you going to introduce Auntie Nouvelle anytime soon?
Oh. I imagine Nouvelle has been in the back of most of the crowd as, like, the only drow now left in this crowd with a very clear, like, action of keeping the hood over her face that she has. Drawing attention to her, there's obviously murmurs from the crowd about a drow being here and whether or not. And Leandra speaks up very defiantly and loudly and says, she's as much my mother as anyone else is. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And there's a little bit of quiet. And, you know, Leandra's obviously gained some respect in the time from these people, these last few weeks that she's been here. And Nouvelle kind of nods appreciatively at that. And that's the best introduction that's going to happen right now to the
She's also
being here. because like what the 12th house did to this city, like, it's gonna be many generations before they're like drow are cool again.
Oof, tough crowd.
Then Strike would also say, she's also my partner, so if anyone's got any issues with her, bring it up to me.
Yeah, and I'll cut your balls off and then shove them down your throat. If you don't have balls, well, I'll figure something out.
That's not kind of what I would do.
That's funny. Okay. So,
So now,
the
Talk to
next
me, Mel.
step was to go talk with Mel. Okay. Let me double check if there's anything else I want to do with that.
Shows up for 1 minute. Y'all are fucking dumb. I'm like, damn, she right. Let's go.
Bunch of fucking retards trying to rebuild the ruins here. Oh, don't even get me started.
No. Okay. Here to before we go to Mel, there's a couple. You have Killian and Hyperion gathering people. You have the Mustellan kind of gathered around what's left of the Sixth House leadership. This guy Ghosh, who's I've mentioned his name many times in the game. He a little Mustellan warrior, and they're kind of making plans to continue on with Hyperion for some time north before they break away and head much farther east and then north, going to some of the very northern forest lands and things like that. Strassa and his centaurs and whatnot, they take it upon themselves with Pocket's lead, and additionally, with Fraction meeting back up with Pocket, Fraction kind of joins his brother. And Pocket, Strassa, the centaur, there's a human paladin and two other Squamata paladin that join Strassa from another house. They kind of go in a third group and start to make the plans to go south and east and eventually join back up with the other Animaesus and Mustellan with Ghosh. And there's kind of a plan from Ghosh and these others that they're going to, they don't know this, but inadvertently join Jahir and the other mounting Animaesus resistance to meet up with the dwarves south of the city to ensure, hey, is the dwarves actually, what happened to that forward group? What happened to them? Kind of thing. Whereas the first house and any of those that are following, they start making their way north for the most part. So it's kind of like four groups that end up kind of breaking away as you guys kind of say goodbye to many of these characters as they start new adventures in different parts of the lands. Fraction is sent here to take care of the dwarves. You can quite clearly glean that with your insights by this point, that that's why he was here. So if you guys are not engaging with that storyline anymore, he is going to himself ensure that the dwarves do not conquer these lands as best he can with his brother Pocket and others. So, inadvertently, the heroes of this tale are Strassa Sick, Jahir, Gormonger, Grary, Pocket, Fraction, Ghosh, and insert other random Animaesus names that inevitably join their party to go face off with the remaining dwarves and attempt to take them out. Other walkers and stuff eventually would probably join them along the way. Whereas Eros and Strike with Nouvelle, Leandra, and the 3 other Animaesus that wish to find adventure rather than more death, climb on to the different primordials, and you take the later part of the day to exit the city and start following the dilapidated trail broken by the stomps and kind of jaggering,
Wait, what about
walk
Mel?
of the beast.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
I
What
forgot
about Mel?
Damn it! She wasn't on the map.
Bloody hell, fella!
I was looking at a different match.
Sounds like an HU, not an HME.
All right. So I imagine then to continue this idea, you've made your way to the first house, and you guys break off from those heading west, the Animaesus and stuff, and make your way south to Sage's Row, a part of the city that was unaffected, ironically, from any of this, other than like bodies and stuff. There is like literally a city, and as you get to there, Mel has turned it into her own little place in these few days. Like, there's obviously a little bit of a dark vampire vibe to it all, but there is this ironically, you know, like happy undead world. It's weird, guys. I don't know. Like, you have an undead guy making bread that he's never gonna eat. I don't know. Just have fun.
Cool.
So, she's sitting at a new coffee shop, just enjoying a drink, surrounded by more than enough undead to make you uncomfortable, that if she just snapped her fingers, you would have a horde of zombies running at you. But she does not. You approach, climb out of your primordials, and Nouvelle and the others who are more uncomfortable by all the undead hang behind, I imagine, with Cash and Kiteba, as you get closer to where Mel is, and she takes off her sunglasses, stands and gives you a hug, both of you, an embrace, asks you to sit, has the skeleton waiter bring you some coffee. What do you do?
Wow, this is not something I thought I would be seeing.
Take advantage while it's here.
Hmm. Yeah. Speaking of advantage, I'll just say this right now before I forget. There were some cloud giants that I saw scoping the place, so yeah, just be aware of that. Also, everyone else is leaving the city too, so you basically have free reign of the whole place.
We've already taken control of much of the sewers underneath the tailstones and what's left of the beast crown. If cloud giants or others attack, I doubt they will be able to find us below without, well, a druid or wizard of some sort to cast something. An earthquake.
Well, the dwarves
Nevertheless,
can't do it.
I am not worried about these things. Their fear of me and my people is, I think, our greatest advantage. It is good to see you, though. You have
We're
returned.
talking about clown giants with hellway chucking them, so don't take it too lightly.
I am no common rate vampire anymore, and those that follow me
would be curious to think if the blessing of my goddess would work on all of them. So, we shall prepare. We shall prepare. She motions over to a zombie and whispers some things, and he jots down notes that are unreadable, but he jots them down.
You taught zombies how to write.
No, he's not writing
Yeah.
anything. That's not.
It's mostly me saying it aloud, so I'm more likely to remember it, and then the motions just make me happy. Most of it.
That's
You don't
still
have-
impressive.
They have odd idiosyncrasies that stay after their souls. I don't want to get into too much of the nitty-gritty, but I have found a way to keep them unified.
Well,
Why not join us and get the fuck out of here? Let the giants and the dwarves fight over the scraps.
I doubt the giants will fight the dwarves in the numbers that are being suggested. And if the dwarves wish to come this way, I believe for each one of them we kill gives me another to add to my ranks. So,
not
I
to
am...
mention, you have the best advantage, with the whole you don't really need food type of thing.
Not in the same way. It has been interesting with the lack of Tarrasque blood and meat. Some of the ghouls have perished, unfortunately, and lost their minds. I've had to pivot a little bit, but vampire spawn, ghosts, and the like have proven quite useful. The city is mine by this point, I would say. What's left of it. And I think that's the way it should remain. She takes a drink.
From an unknown PI to head of a ruined city. That's
The
a
Undercity.
tale worth telling.
Well, it all comes from right place, right time, bargains. If you all would have stayed, you may have had a point. I have tried to adopt what's left of the 13th house to create our own wing of entertainment. All races, types, sizes. You join us again. I strike. Would love a master at arms, one that is actually capable of unconscionable thought rather than just orders from me.
No, honestly, if I had stayed any longer, I would have lost my mind. This city was fun at first, but it's a poison. It just creeps up on me. I'm glad I got out when I did. I mean, I'm glad that you're doing well. Looks around. Respectively, of course.
Things have a way to work out. Well, where are you heading?
We're gonna go follow Birdman. Meet up with him.
You spent all this time to leave the beast, only to follow after it.
Well, if Birdman's in control of it now, probably nothing more
seems
than
to
an
be.
overgrown puppy.
An interesting perspective. Rumors of the previous Shadow of the Beast from 300 years ago used him more as a destructive ball than a puppy, so I would hope Birdman is as
benevolent as you imply.
Oh, come on, it's Birdman. He's not benevolent. He's just indifferent.
That indifference. There have been rumors and discussion that there were some that were planning to follow the beast and bring it back if they were able. I thought that was insane, based upon what Birdman and I did to Setch, and him donning the mantle of the shadow of the beast. There would be another that would need to be willing to take that mantle. And
Wait, what? Did to Setch? What do you mean?
Setch went insane. Actions had to be taken to ensure that the city did not crumble sooner than it already did. Setch was the first shadow of the beast, I have since reasoned. Birdman providing connections to the beast, and me having an ambivalence towards that spinal fluid, enabled him to don the mantle after Setch's demise. The beast was controlling Setch. Setch was controlling the beast. Based upon what Birdman has done, I think it's both.
Well, that's unfortunate. Setch seems like such a nice guy, too. Well, some things can't be helped, I guess.
No, I do not know I do not believe his intentions would have led to the same outcome. It is quite obvious by his actions that the wrath of the beast mattered more than the beast itself.
Well, I wasn't even thinking about Setch, really, but I guess that's one less person I need to think about. Even more so.
Well, many are gone by this point. Either left to emigrate away, find new homes, or died in the onslaughts of them. Many came when the beast arose. The gnolls, even drow from the hidden shadows trying to take advantage of the chaos. If it weren't for Birdman turning the beast around, having it aid the people, I think he should have killed the paladin, but to each their own.
Paladin's a bit of an idiot. Which could be dangerous, but I think arrows get him a lot of fingers.
Well, I do my best. Well, now, it was good to see you again. This probably will be the last time we ever see each other. I might randomly message you if I feel bored. Might.
Always welcome, Eros. If I never see you again, it will be a sad thing, but do know you're always welcome.
By the way, this coffee, yeah, there's a toe inside of it.
Oh,
What? A toe does not belong in coffee.
I
well,
mean, yeah. It's not Giant's toe, so.
unfortunately, no. Otherwise, better benefits. I'll take that.
Let's go, Strike. We have a giant puppy to go find.
Striker, smell the final pat on the head. And don't fuck yourself.
We head back to Jourvians, and I will send with my last sending at a 4th level, even though that doesn't really do anything, to Birdman.
Put it in chat.
Right. Bam. Hey, in the city, I know you're not here. Where did you go? And is the Tarrasque behaving itself?
Meanwhile, in the
Earlier
forest,
today, the Tarrasque asked you what its name was, and your brain broke. And then you're making your way. This is before. Yeah, this is when you're with. No, I'm sorry. That was a couple days ago. You've been traveling with Cherthis for a couple days to make your way to the Panther guy.
traveling with Panther guy to meet walkers. Don't know. Left it in forest, waiting for girlfriend. I think that's 25.
No, you have 8 more.
I have 8 more.
Yeah.
Waiting for a girlfriend. Be back in. Fuck,
By this point,
by
you
like
think
4 days.
no,
Yeah,
yeah,
be back
like,
in
yeah.
4 days.
That's fine.
No. It's not.
I only heard the end was just no.
No. Yeah, answer to your last question. No.
Okay. So, he's about. He's not currently with the Tarrasque. Wherever he left the Tarrasque is about 4 days out from it. Now, clearly he traveled west, because that's where the Tarrasque tracks went. He said he was going to meet some walkers, too. Leandra, do you know about any walkers out to the west?
Did Leandra pay attention? She did not. Did the other guy pay attention? He did. Yes. If he's heading out west, near the mountains, there's a one of our last bases from before time is in the mountains there. He will be meeting with our leadership, Aelitz and Nanui and Flim. They are the most powerful and have served as walkers the longest in the western.
Did you say Nunui?
Yes.
Oh, fuck, I knew I recognized one of those names.
That's the bastard who try to lead the dwarves from the Leopardlands. Oh, I'm going to punch him. I'm going to punch him so hard.
Strike?
Allowed the what?
Okay, so apparently
He's an asshole! Fuck him!
Nanui is
Strike.
one of the most powerful clerics in the lands.
He's still an asshole!
Strike. Be calm. It's
What?
It's okay. It's okay.
I want to be calm. It's because him we had to fight this war!
I know. You're right. But don't worry.
They
There are ways to torture a man.
all of the Animaesus, including Leandra, are like they're expectantly waiting for an explanation of what you mean by Nanui.
Okay, so this might be a lot to take in. You probably heard the rumors of fighting that went on at the Lapid Lands. That was us. Yes, indeed. But there's a reason that it happened in the first place. You see, Turtle Boy Nanui was trying to convince the king, who is a woman, weirdly enough, that
Still over it.
the dwarves should just be allowed passage through without any resistance. And it took some convincing from us to tell the king that, no, don't listen to him. He's stupid.
Thank you. Yes! He's stupid! He's retarded! He's a fucking moron!
They all
Fox
look
very passionate
stunned.
about us.
They all look stunned by this kind of idea. Like, this obviously doesn't really make sense to how they've kind of interpreted what's going on. And taking that all in, I'm trying to find their sheets.
And it would not have been a small thing. Like, they were prepared to fight. Although it didn't help that we also assassinated like multiple of their leaders in the middle of the night. That didn't help things at all. But they had 3 of these Jourvians, and we had to pull out some bullshit to get rid of them. Like, our wizard friend cut fucking space and time to kill one of them. Our a demon buddy that we met on the other fucking continent teleported that shit somewhere. I don't even fucking know. And this one wizard, other
They were
wizard
just
guy-
gone one day and then they never returned, evolved them.
Yeah, don't know what happened to that Jourvian though. I don't know. I mean, he said
But your siblings are like where we got this kind of help from. They're safe and sound with people we trust.
Yeah, and the last guy was made brain dead. The last Jourvian pilot was made brain dead. So, yeah, they would have been fucked if we didn't help. We had to carpet bomb the shit out of those dwarves.
And they just let them walk. They didn't stop them
Oh,
in
absolutely.
the west. That's why they're in the west, is to stop the dwarves.
No, that's not why they were there. In fact, they were actually no. There were I don't remember their names for the fucking life of me. But there were 2 other walkers that were actually sent to meet up with the dwarves, and I told and I messaged one of them that
You heard the name. The guy said the name of the other 2 already. The other names you heard, Aelitz and Flim, are the other 2 that you spoke to Aelitz.
Oh shit! Wait, no, I spoke to Aelitz directly, thinking about it.
They look
Yeah.
shocked.
Yeah, I told him he should just let. Yeah, because we sent them. We told these red dragons that they should go and fuck with the dwarves, and and I warned Aelitz that he should leave unless he wants to get attacked by red dragons. So, yeah, I remember that now. Huh.
I wonder what happened to the dragons. Who do you think won, the dragons or the dwarves?
Obviously, the dwarves.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't battle the dragons.
They probably
I'm
sucked.
glad I didn't battle at all.
They probably sucked
You
those dragons
guys,
off too.
you guys saw that on Assassination Day.
Yeah.
You saw that the Jourvian charging station, they basically hooked up the dragons to.
Yeah. Didn't you see the dragons getting sucked off? You were there with the assassination, weren't you?
I think I was taking a nap.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Damn.
When he rages, he sleeps. His
Yeah.
brain just it doesn't remember.
Yeah, yeah. Horg said the dragons were getting sucked off or something. So,
Looking shocked at this idea and everything, you now get an impression that Barme is his name, the melon fighter, kind of the leader of this group, and Leandra's boyfriendish. There's a newfound sense of duty that he feels as a walker to go confront these walkers for their lack of duty. You know, their lack of what it means, they like to at least understand more why they made this choice in the first place. For things. And yeah. You guys can-
Eros says telepathically to strike. That's like the last thing in this scene before we basically cut to travel. You see that look in his eyes? He so wants to tell off those walkers so badly.
Oh, I knew I liked him for a reason.
Yeah. Let's not say anything about it. Let's just let him have his moment.
I'll even let him get his word in before I suplex the fucker.
Yeah.
Irony.
But mark my words, I'm going to at the very least punch him in the face. It's long overdue.
I mean, I'm not gonna stop you.
Okay. You guys will insert travel montage music here. And with the Jourvians, you can average. You can average
going to kick your fucking ass, and
about 70 miles a day.
His name's Kaly, guys! Rockin' and fucking rolling!
fucking rocking and fucking rolling and fucking.
You guys are asking. It's going to be with Jourvians and how fast they are. You guys, it'll probably only take you 3 days to get where the Tarask is. And the Tarask is in the middle of having to date.
Art! It's building art!
And making art and things.
Oh,
and so I want to jump to kind of a weird transition narrative that will bring in Birdman inevitably to the scene.
Meanwhile,
I wrote out a mini story that I want to read through of kind of what happens to the Tarask. That was not my original intention, but I started writing this morning and then it just didn't stop until it was done. And I was just like, well, that's what it has to be now because
something's telling me we gotta beat Brandon's ass after this one. That Brandon guy is gonna fucking get it after this one.
Nevertheless,
dude,
I was trying to find a way. I was trying to find a way to, we're in falling action. I'm trying to find a way to find some resolution to things. Nevertheless, Seth has to take a potty break, so I'm going to take a quick potty break. I'll be right back.
Meanwhile.
Meanwhile, at the
Oh yeah, you know what? Meanwhile, walking through the forests.
I was totally expecting to have to defend, like, list all the reasons as to why I didn't give a shit about the city. Yeah, like, as in, oh, this is all the fucked up shit that happened to me living in this city. Why would I want to help it anymore? But I'm glad that I could just be like, no, just fuck this place. It's shit. Look at it.
Fuck this place.
Go
Plus
out-
40.
Go out, go outside. Go touch the grass. Literally. Literally go and touch the grass. It's not here. It's out there. Smell the fresh air.
Did you know? Out there you can drink water straight from the river. And it won't make you sick.
Oh my god. Did you know you can eat meat that doesn't give you fucking diarrhea?
Oh!
Did you know that there's cities of people who are just happy to live?
It's inconceivable in the city of Salt.
Everyone's just so fucking salty in the city. That's why it's called the city of salt.
And the terrace meat has got to be salty as fuck.
You have
Naturally,
to.
right?
I mean, nah, it's probably got like that hint. It's always got like that thin film of, you know, that after throw up taste. That's just
Do you think it's just the meat that was taken or bones as well? Like, do you think people made terrace bone broth?
yeah, definitely. I mean, it's probably more.
That's gotta suck ass. Worse than water.
Bone marrow is something that could be used for food. So, I mean, I could totally.
I mean, if it's good bone marrow, then yeah, it's practically the butter of the gods, right? But terrace bone marrow?
I mean,
Yeah.
eating anything from a Tarrasque is bad days. let's just keep it 100%.
Yeah. It's just what everyone was used to.
Yeah, it's just.
All right.
It's just. It's like eating. It's like if fast food was already worse than it is.
Oh, that's a very low bar.
Exactly.
Alrighty. So, have you guys seen and/or read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
All I know is the answer to life is 42.
Okay.
That's also all I know.
That's
I've
pretty much all you
never
need to
read
know.
much into it.
That is the answer to life.
Like I was about to say the same thing. Like you kind of got the gist of it with that.
You got it.
There's a tone in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy that I thoroughly enjoy as a reader. That is just that snarky, snide, matter-of-fact shit going on. And that's kind of the vibe I had in my mind while I was writing this, and then halfway through it got really serious. So there you go. Nevertheless,
You see this right here? This looks like a really constipated face.
Stay a while and listen.
stay a while and listen. All right.
Yes.
So while Birdman is traveling, talking with Walker leadership, leading them back, while Eros is traveling with Strike and Cash and Kitebot and Leandra, Nouvelle, and these three other Animaesus that have joined you all. That Tarrasque has been busy just chilling, you know, but he's like, he has a brain now. Like, you guys gave inspiration, and he got multiple increases in stats and things that have happened to where he has no more negative in his intelligence.
Oh
He's now-
my
he's
god.
Now a flat,
Ah!
10 in intelligence.
Dear God.
And he has positive in every other stat.
He's just a guy now.
Like he's an average Joe. So
He's just a guy.
Does he have an alignment?
But he does have 45 strength, guys. So like there's some differences.
But does he have an alignment though? Like is he just neutral good or something?
Right now I am saying he's true neutral. Because
Yeah, that makes the most
he
sense.
he hasn't been in,
about this.
but I would say because of Birdman, he probably leans toward neutral good, just because of what Birdman has kind of done to him, to things. But
I was gonna say, does Ember have a fucking alignment?
Ember is aligned, yes.
What is her alignment? Seth?
I gotta look up this. Shadows. There you go. Do I already have you open? No. Alright. I was like, where's your sheet? Ember has an alignment. I usually give things alignments. I have made her neutral, but she leans towards lawful neutral interaction.
Okay, I am also lawful neutral, so I think this fucking Tarask is just like, nah. You know, like, whatever.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. Alright, so
You're like, eh.
we have the travel montages going on, and we're very over the top, I imagine, music, song, and dance, I Spy with My Little Eye stuff that happens with Eros' group. And then Birdman having this very awkward, quiet walk with these walkers back and forth through the lands that are just more scared of you than you are of them in some ways. And then the Tarask is in this ravine that he's stopped at, waiting for you all, and he, as we last left off, was inspired to create art. So we're kind of picking up there. The Tarask thought for the second time in its life. Really thought. The first being when he asked Birdman a question about his name. But now he understood the foreshadowing of the sun each day, and how this action foretold the arrival of his sun. The sun disappears, and with it, the moon reminds each night of her glory. That glory, that light, the Tarask set out to create and draw, if you will, within the landscape and soil. This takes him the better part of 2 days. After not sleeping and really using his brain all too much beforehand, he eventually falls into a deep sleep. After the better part of another 2 days, he awakes, enamored by his own creation, the moon, the sun, dancing, he the moon, she the sun. It's beautiful. It's like so just surreal. He's like, how did I make this? It makes no sense. Right? And then the sun's heading down, and he's like that wan light is kind of like piercing over the horizon and creating this weird kind of orangey color on the ground. And a song pierces through his ears in the distance, and he can't help but follow the noise. And excitement takes over as the voice has to be hers. It has to be his son. Jolting up, running over, following the voice leading him through the lands, him stomping and creating new ravines in the process. She notices him approaching, and it kind of has this apprehension in doing this kind of leading through the lands kind of thing. But he can't find her. She's playing, a literal tag game almost with him, trying to see how he's acting different. There's something different about this beast than even a few days ago, and she's curious about this change. And she hovers over his shoulder as he stops, angry and confused that he can't find the sun all of a sudden. Find his son. And she can hear his heartbeat inside. And hear his own breath, his own, the tone that comes from him breathing out. There's something different about there, right? And more than there ever was before. There's this giant change of spirit, of soul, She's unsure. It is now her turn to startle the beast. And he does jolt up when she hovers over him. And this time, he doesn't run away. He just quickly turns and locks eyes with her, curiosity and poise together. The dark of the noon night begins to hang overhead, and Ember shines brighter because of it. The waning moon behind her, and even the twinkling stars lack in comparison. His love is immediately renewed, a Tarask, when he sees her. And her curiosity has been fueled at this look that he's giving her that wasn't there the last time they met. And he attempts to speak the beast. To speak for the first time. Having innately learned basic common in his time with Birdman. I made this. He gestures to the land, to the ravines he crashed through, but also this mural, night and day dancing together. And then he points at Ember. There is now a time where a montage more or less happens, and hours seem to go by, where she now understands the beast can communicate. And through this dance of odd form pantomime and language acquisition from the beast, Ember is able to sate her curiosity a little bit about this change, and to know why. Why has this creature changed so much? Is it for her? Why would they do this for her? No one has ever done anything for her. Ever. Except once. But not something they created. He just set her free. He didn't give her anything. He let her find her own, is how she interpreted that. And there's this odd, just like them talking, getting to know each other, talking about colors and shapes, and the Tarask just being so naive and immature, and so just like he doesn't know some of the answers to these questions because he's never thought about it before. And she's giggling and laughing, and after hours, half a day of time goes by, he eventually falls to sleep next to her, and she watches him sleep for a few moments and is just like so shocked by what has just occurred. This is not the prophecy that was foretold. Not at all. She darts away, soars off. There's this, she feels torn inside, this weight. The curiosity proved worse than her fears. Her actions will cause a soul, perhaps naive and ignorant, to be lost. Gone, turned into dust. She finds a little perch on a mountain far off, and eventually cries herself to sleep on the end of the third night. The lands, the skies, and the trees seem to echo that cry. The next morning, on the fourth day, the Tarask impatiently waits for his love. Where is she? Why isn't she here? Something akin to an obedient dog, he sits and tries to patiently wait for her for hours and hours. He walks and strides to and fro, and he practices during that time, as if someone in front of a mirror would practice walking and making themselves look more in control, more debonair, more nonchalant, more cool. He seems to be going through that process, that thought process of how can I present myself to be someone worthy of Ember? And she finds him going through that process and just can't help but smile that he's thinking in a way that never thought to expect. And when he finally sees her, he greets her in that big, deep voice. Maturity finally taking hold. You never told me what you thought of it. It's beautiful. A measure not wholly given to me before, Ember responds. A measure? How much? How far? How willing?
like the sun each morning. Always. Amber can't help but wonder, and in so doing, highlight her being with an embarrassed mist to hide her bashful look. She believes him, yet knows still what he does not. I must tell you something, Beast. What would you call me? What name? Beast is a thing. I am more. Baffled, but not derailed from her focus, she says, we have met before, but from my understanding, I more so, I think. She stares at the curiosity on the beast's face, the comfort, as he lays down next to her to intently listen. She feels his warmth. She hears his heartbeat, the loudest drum. Yes. Well, maybe not me. You have changed much too. How so? And again, what name? Should I not have a name to show for this new me? He rolls on his back playfully. Well, you can now speak your mind and honor your heart. Your name, your title, as I understand it, was given by the gods, the primordials. Jacques and Valin, they made us to make this world what it is today. Then we were to sleep or to be locked away for a time we may never get to see now. The Tarrasque is listening, yes, but he does not understand the grand spectrum of what Ember is saying. She continues nonetheless. When last we met, you could not do more than stomp and crash and roar, and I was thy conduit to those who might control you. I was what cast the shadow. Birdman? Yes, he. He is now more than that, for he thought to touch your being, not just to control it, to understand it and make something new, to really change as our father intended. I was changed, and I am now this something, but that could only be from your torture. Tears well in her eyes, but she continues without a break in her voice, and as they steam away into mist about her, she states, I am sorry. The Tarrasque nods, understanding the intent, but not the full explanation, obviously. He speaks finally. We should walk. Follow the sun. Find our own. The sorries have passed. No more. His large claw goes to comfort her. She embraces it, almost without her own control. When she does, a spark ignites, like a static shock between them. She erupts into a larger form, one of beauty and majesty, one fit to pair with this beast. And she kisses him. Time stops. They travel. Disappear. If anyone was watching at this point, they would be gone for this moment after this kiss. It is literally, they are non-existent in that moment. And through space, through being of everything. One lifetime? No. 1,000 lifetimes pass, and they lose count. Before the dance stops, there's just joy and bliss and this understanding that they have been together for 1,000 lifetimes. Celestial reminders of the cosmic dust, the primordial space and time from whence they were born. At this point, Birdman's traveling back with Cherthiz and Aelitz and Nunui, and eventually joined by Flynn, this giant wolfkin, Lupin. And Cherthiz you find at the end of this day, the simultaneous time when your friend the Tarrasque is kissing Ember, you find Cherthiz watching you, curiously, with a quirky little smile on his face, Birdman. You give him that look of like, what do you want?
You son of a bitch!
And
Swear to God.
And Cherthiz just looks at you and says, you give us hope. I don't care what the others say. You give us hope. the Animaesus people.
Better than what I thought he was gonna say.
Now I know where. Now I know where you're going with that.
Okay, so I thought. Shaw.
That doesn't mean I didn't think about that, but there.
You have done well, Birdman. Huh?
Until we
And he
get-
says,
Yeah. Bye. What the fuck?
"The last."
Alright.
It's supposed to be a serious moment.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Good job.
My ass.
No, I did. It took me a moment, but yes, that's funny. No, he just says you have proven to be born of these lands,
Thank you.
and you've spent enough time around the Animaesus to understand that's like one of the best compliments you can ever be given by like a pure blood Animaesus, is to say that you're born of these lands, to say you're one of them. Like, he believes that. Well, you do not get the impression the other three are with you believe that, but Sherthiz has this understanding that from everything he's seen, from following you for those few days, to having the Jurassic wave at you, to having you convince Aelitz to come and see a peaceful option to everything that's going on, let alone the rumors that precede you of what you've done in the City of Salt prior to this, is kind of this layer that, Sherthiz gives me another opportunity to just echo. For Birdman's point of view, not for the others. Birdman is like on messianic level. Like, he is like they look at you in a way that is divine, and it's uncomfortable, I imagine, to Birdman.
Meanwhile, picking my nose. Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's so Broadman.
Skin quilt picking nose. Uh-huh.
Seeing this pause.
You are the Messiah. Sorry.
No, that's perfect for me to transition to the next thing. It's
Like,
because
you are the Messiah. Oh fuck! What happened? I got a hangnail. Ah.
Nanui would come over, and Nanui does not believe you're the Messiah.
Yeah.
And he just comes over to kind of like burst the bubble of Sherthiz, and he states something along the lines of, they see something, a design of our people, that it seems to align with what you seek. But I have seen something else. Something that questions that. Weeks ago, I met a young woman. A human. Not too odd to see, always, but rare enough in these lands. And what brought about the oddest curiosity is what she brought with her. Demons and primordials and drow. With her.
Wait.
Somehow, when she arrived
Shut
in
the
the
fuck up.
Rapid City,
Shut up.
she summoned a Celestial
Wait, shut up.
to her beck and call.
Hold on. You
So
said
I do
you
not
saw-
believe you are a Messiah.
Wait, hold on. Shut the fuck up. You saw.
He believes Eros is fucking.
You saw a woman. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on.
I hope you enjoy that, Eros.
I want some clarification on that. You saw a human. Was she about? He looked at himself. He like measures himself, and he's like, "She about yay big?"
And he just gestures to boobs after that.
Yeah, I go. Was she about yay big? And then he goes,
just makes
"Was she
boobs
about
in front of
yay
him."
big?" And he goes like on the test. Was she about? Tell me when to stop.
Yes, there.
Did she have a badger man with her?
Oh God, yes.
Was he about? Looks up.
Yes.
Yay big.
Yes.
And then he goes like he goes
his tail
wide.
was draconic.
He goes wide. Tell me when to stop.
Yes. We're talking about the same people.
He doesn't stop. He's like, tell me when to stop.
Go back a foot. No, stop there. Yeah, no,
Okay.
right there.
Okay.
We're still talking about the same people. Yes.
Yeah, we're talking about Eros. You know Eros?
I met them in the Lapid Lands. Yes.
What were they doing in the Lapid Lands? Oh wait, no, they were killing shit in the Lapid Lands. I know that. Never mind. Rescinded statement.
They brought mages and demons and druids that our lands have rarely seen a level of power to, let alone demons willing to assist. And then
Yeah.
broke
pretty cool.
space and time in multiple instances and rewrote destiny, controlling the primordials, killing dwarven leadership. We were to die, and she rewrote the story.
Yeah. She's good at that.
And then now you know her? He's finally
Yeah.
now putting together the idea that you actually know her on like a personal level.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we were all in a gang together. We were pretty cool. Did she ask you how your sex life was?
Don't remember. Probably.
You don't remember how your sex life was? Or you
No,
don't
that was
remember if she asked you?
that was me, Seth. I
It's
don't
heavy.
remember, but probably.
Even if I didn't verbally say it, it's still heavily implied.
I think it's implied by the idea of him mentioning boobs. So
Yeah.
that he Eros breaks the space continuum, and sexuality between species is confusing.
Yeah, I know her. She's been
So-
yeah, I know her. She's been messaging me every day for like 4 days in a row. She calls me every day.
Well, Nanui now is questioning his original statement. He doesn't say that out loud because he'd have to admit that he was wrong. But now seeing that you know her personally, you can kind of get the vibe with your, ridiculous 25 passive insight that he is intimidated by you more than he was before. Like understanding that you somehow know one of the most powerful people he's ever witnessed do something. And it's not just Eros. Like, you get the impression Eros, she brought these other people with them, and Strike and Nouvelle and other people were probably there, right? That he just didn't know how to, like, put words to for those things.
Yeah.
But, there's this level of Nanui, the most powerful cleric in the Western United States equivalent, okay, is shocked by what he's just heard. And the rest, Cherthiz and Nanui, by this point, Brandon, would step in front of a fireball for Birdman.
Good. That's good, because I could
Good.
easily dodge out of a fireball. They wouldn't need to do that, but it'd be
They
really
wouldn't
funny.
need to do that, but you get the impression that they see something in you that is something that the other two don't see. Litz and Flim, yeah.
Hey,
They're
Litz is about to
warriors.
get his mind blown.
They're
bro.
warriors. They're not spiritual people. Like,
Yeah,
they're-
but I'm about
yeah.
to take these fools on an ayahuasca trip so fucking hard. It's gonna be insane. I'm gonna walk these dudes through Destiny and back.
Nevertheless, in the background, we're gonna say at this point the group takes a little pause, a little break, right? And where are you? And I would like, at this break, as a good bard does, Litz is playing a song of rest
Hey, that's
to
good.
play. But there's a weird vibe from Litz during this kind of situation. And I'm gonna roll.
I just think everything is shock.
Yeah,
It's like shock.
Jock. I would like you to
Jock.
roll a investigation check.
Oh no, I'm dumb.
Okay.
Not bad.
And there's this like interesting, obviously like weird Animaesus song he starts to play, and the vibes on it are just like it. If you've never heard like throat singing before, and that that's kind of what it is, and it's just like, is that happy music? I'm not sure.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It is kind of what's going on, but you can understand Well, yet I can't remember. Do you speak Sylvan?
You know what, dude? I'm wondering if we're at the point in this campaign where I probably do. Like,
Enough Sylvan by
because
this.
I feel like every time we talk about this, I'm like, no, I don't. I should though. Like,
Probably
it happens
should.
every
Uh,
time.
I would like you to
Oh
roll
God.
a survival check. And then I would like you to roll an insight check.
I see through your bullshit.
I see through your bullshit. Indeed. Okay. Litz is playing an odd ancient song written by the Fae about the beast and its shadow. And he's playing it in such a way to be ironic because the song ends with the shadow's death. He does not believe you and is waiting for an opportunity to prove you wrong, to show that this beast is nothing more than the destructive force that he said it was the whole time.
I can't wait to show this guy art and watch this dude realize he is an idiot.
Realize how wrong he is. Yes.
Yeah.
But he is a chaotic character. Chaotic characters, I just have a feeling they have pride about them that other characters just don't. That's just like, you know, to admit that they're wrong. What? What? Why would I admit that I'm wrong?
Eros is willing to admit she's wrong, but she's weird.
Yeah. Well, Eros has a different layer of chaos. So, nevertheless, is there anything else you want to do with this scene?
I gotta
Because that's
say,
where the night would end.
that was a pretty song. Who wrote that one?
I gotta think of it. Why can't I remember the name? He, one of the walkers from the original Rise of the Beast 300 years ago. You would explain.
You know what's crazy is, like, you had this, I don't know, you had this line about something about the death of the shadow and the bringing of the light or whatever, and like change of like the lands and all this stuff. And it's really weird when like your life gets put into perspective of songs, you know. Sometimes, you know, you really do watch like the shadow of the beast did die, I think. You know, because I killed him.
So you're not the first.
No.
So there could be another after you.
If they want to kill me, yeah.
And if they kill you, they get to wear your lovely cloak.
No. I think this thing's going out with me.
It salutes.
Wow. I
This
did
cloak.
not know that there were more than one shadow. For such a large creature, I guess
There
that
aren't.
makes sense.
There aren't. There can
Well,
only
that
be
a
one.
shadow could be taken.
Well, you know, the thing about a large beast is it's got a pretty large shadow. So, gotta be careful thinking you could take this mantle, bro.
The mantle of the beast. All those targets on your back. No. I do not want to be its shadow. To be that which tells the story. to be there at that moment, now that is a precious thing. Good or bad, we will see if you're the Messiah that they say you are. I never thought the Shadow of the Beast more than someone who's nearly destroyed our world. And he's referencing the previous Shadow that was like Setch was reincarnated to be.
You want
the drow that was an asshole.
I was gonna say, do you want me to tell you the story of how, I killed the Shadow of the Beast?
I do enjoy a good story, indeed. He taps on a log next to him for you to sit.
And I tell him the story of my fight with Setch. My multiple fights with Setch. There was like a couple of them.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
quite
like,
a few. At least
And
three.
how Setch tried to
yeah, there was the one in the warehouse, the one in Mel's apartment.
how Setch tried to
Inside the beast.
convince
Inside the beast,
Mel,
yes.
convince Mel that he was a good guy and that he basically turned her against me, tried to get her to kill me again. And then I fought him in the warehouse. I fought him a couple times. And then I finally inevitably beat him, because I saw through his bullshit. Like, I caught a glimpse of him on the wall in the chaos of everything, and I slew him with this magic bow. It was granted to me by your god.
Well, I am an atheist, but to each their own.
Well, you can tell Jacques I told Jacques I was an atheist too.
Well, I let me put it this way. I know the gods exist. I just don't believe they're all they say they ought to be. I think they're more conniving than anything else. But skeptics will be skeptics. Jock has always granted these lands great pleasure. Thank you, Jock. He smiles. As he obviously said a prayer in the middle of that, a horrible prayer as he's trying to double deal. But...
Yeah, right? Well, let me tell you that there's one thing you should know about Jock. He could be anywhere. All the time. He could be that rock that you're sitting on.
Ooh.
Shit, he could be Sherthis, for all I know.
Sherthis? Are you Jacques? Sherthis just rolls over in his blanket. Nope. Doesn't seem to be. But wouldn't that be what Jock wants us to do, right?
Yes.
I am not so sure about all of that, but I am sure that you believe and have a cloak that seems to believe as well. There are actions and truths, and if you have convinced Nunui to be praying for a messiah again, one who has not done that in 20 years. Goodness. The gods are playing tricks these days.
Yeah, but I'm not a messiah. I'm just an elf with a...
Exactly.
I'm just an elf with a tentacle cloak, man.
What is the goal of all of this?
I don't know. I was told I had to lead the Terrace of the Sun.
And you will.
And I think I did.
Yes,
Like, something in my bones tells me I think I did.
Well, we'll see when we arrive in a few days, will we not?
Yeah, something in my skin cloak is tingling.
It's shivering.
Well,
It's your brain!
with that explanation, I think I'm going to bed so we can get a bright early start tomorrow so you can show us the truth of this. Good night, Birdman.
I miss Eros. Eros was never a dickhead about the shadow of the beast. He turns around and walks away.
Birdman.
Eros and Strike would have thought this is the coolest shit ever.
Birdman.
Walked away.
Birdman, get 5 inspiration points
No.
for not attacking aliens. And for not instigating him to attack you.
Dick.
I am so surprised. I was seriously thinking it was just going to be a moment where Birdman would be like, "You want to know how I did it? I put an arrow through his fucking eyes." That's how
I did. I tell him the story. I'm like, yeah, I fucking killed that guy.
But no, you sat there and like, no, like, I gave him the whole story, not just the
Oh,
end,
yeah.
the whole story.
Yeah.
You guys head off to bed.
I stick to a tree.
You stick to a tree.
To like meditate.
I imagine that the skin quilt more or less duct tapes you to the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's really
like you look
fucking
like
funny.
you're duct taped to the tree.
Yeah.
Well, you can pause time as I continue, but the days will kind of blur together at that point, as you have quite a few more days of travel ahead of you, about 4 or 5, to get back to the Trask. During the first 3 days of travel, upon your return, we come back to Ember and the Trask.
God.
And they have returned from their kiss. And it's the next day, and it's kind of implied by the mood that maybe something more than a kiss happened, but it's not quite sure. You know, like, it's like they're so odd, different creatures that is that even possible? Who knows? They're giddy and smiling and, all over each other, though. And she's back in her normal form, which is about the size of a small cat, if you will. And she flutters as they begin to travel, more or less, like kind of like just they hang out for a little bit, but now it's kind of like, let's get a move on, kind of thing. And she kind of obviously she's taken the Tarasque for his word for the last thing, let's walk, let's find our own son, kind of thing. And there's this sense of hope from both of them, and she's fluttering up and down, flying, circling around his tail, around his body, his legs, him still this gigantic, colossal creature. And she is telling him stories, singing songs for him about the things that she heard while she was part of the tower, about the stories of the god of death that arose 300 years ago, about the service to the different souls that commanded the tower and the different adventures and the lich she served, this other elf she served, Orcafor, all the things that happened. And the service to so many souls, despite, this idea of pain and the warnings that came from it and the grumblings of the city of Salt, that she knew she was connected to the beast that entire time in some way, shape, or form. And as they continue to travel onward, following the sun, they kind of are like a bonded pair in so many words. And they lay next to each other each night, she on his little muzzle, and she never grows again. She never ignites in the same way from that first kiss. But there is this sense of warmth and togetherness and light that erupts from both of them when they sleep each night. And during this time, it's kind of like a splice between the different days, I imagine. It's not like a continuous conversation, but it eventually becomes a continuous conversation through multiple dreams, through multiple nights. It kind of builds to this idea where she is still confused. She still knows that she knows what her purpose is more clear now than ever before, but
the Tarask has changed that and has made her think differently about it, right? Think differently about her being. She dreams kind of turn to torment, turn to pain, and kind of almost nightmares in a way. And all this to be done to him, the beast. Why is he the focus by the gods in this life and this world? And she sees him as this sweet thing, this loving creature now, that it's just so absurd to think that he could be anything different. And he can only be saved once, is what the prophecy said. And now is that time. And she knows that her sacrifice, unfortunately, kind of has always been the cost of that. And the change now was never really foreseen in the same way. Like this idea that he would become cognizant and aware and be able to speak and create art. That was never something that would have been thought of prior to this moment. And so she thinks that's a chance, like the story's being rewritten. So destiny has changed because of that, right? And a small chance, something of equal to divinity that could be sacrificed, could maybe replace this sacrifice that she has to do, that he has to do. But she starts to think, and in so doing, she thinks her divine connection to Jock starts to filter images in her brain of possible sacrifices that would be worthy to allow them to be together. And you see the dwarves, they're Jourvians first and foremost, the pilots especially, the admiral, that the leader of all of them, they are at a level that is just like, oh my, like perfect candidates, the primordials, sacrificing one of them, another perfect candidate, any of them. And in so thinking about the primordials, they eventually connect to those that have bonded or been around the primordials. An imagery of Pio, imagery of Gauche, imagery of Hybern, of Killian, of Kaly, of Tenebris, of Strike, of Eros, even of Birdman appear as possible candidates that could save their union. And she shakes her head at this imagery being delivered to her by Jock, and she just can't believe that's the option, is just more pain, more death, more. And they, some would say that they kind of wasted time, by doing such a thing. And she just doesn't want to do this. And the voice speaks clearly in her dream. Jock does to her. And he says, "Take that to heart, Eber, my daughter." And she asks back, "But from where do I go, Father? He is in all parts the beast, innocent. He's been used by many, you included. Why? Why do such souls? Why do that to such souls?" She pauses. And then she awakes, and there's this, like, ignition in the sky, and the Tarask is still sleeping, and it's like this, like, Mufasa moment in Lion King kind of happening. And she sees Jock kind of in the sky, and she yells at him, and she says, "Take me instead. Surely you can. Take me, Father. Your being, there's this pause, and the crackle in the sky just sounds like thunder to anyone other than Eber. And Eber hears a voice respond that says, "Your being has always been part of the price. You are the ignition, not the candle. Both are here for the time they are meant to be." And with that, the dream stops. She, like, awakes, like she wasn't even screaming at the sky. She's just on top of the Tarask, shrouded in fog and mist, her version of sweat. And she looks down at the sleepy Tarask tiredly, and she herself is diminished in light and form. And she knows the beast's soul has been feeding on her with each passing day. after the last time, when Birdman invited her in to talk and have tea within the beast, with her new friend. Now her lover, her spirit was tied to him. That at first intrinsic loop through time and space. She cannot help but cry. And the voice in her mind says again, Jock speaks to her. Him or you. They must dance. The new age must begin. She says loudly, screams it, I cannot! And the Tarrasque wakes at that. Before he even can say good morning, before he can even ask, his brain still processing so much of like just the world around him, his brain just thinking, being awake for the first time, remembering thoughts from the day beforehand. He's never had that feeling before. To actually remember what happened the day beforehand and have it stay with you after you sleep. It is just something that's just like, all of this is processed. And he takes it in and he sees her crying, but then there's a smell, obviously, in the air. And his nose rises up and gets distracted by the smell. That bestial brain, still very much in control. And he shakes it off. And he looks at her and smiles. And he says defiantly, Birdman is but a day away! Good, she responds, attempting some compulsion towards happiness, but no more. She continues, Then we must prepare for his arrival. I'm sure he's not alone by what you explained, and maybe finally the people will be with you instead of against you. As another day passes quietly, some form of bliss as they spend time together. Each hour and each moment, though, Ember's energy diminishes and wanes. She gets smaller and smaller, less form than she ever was before. We will end today's session with Birdman arriving on scene to the Tarrasque, on his elbows, in front of a dying fairy light that is smaller than even the pupil of his eye, diminishing, and him screaming, No, don't leave me, no.